Yeah, no, it's more than fine. As long as it's not, hell, even if it was DMT, I don't care.
Oh fuck. Yeah. I don't even know what I would be like on DMT.
I don't either. I mean, for myself, I have zero clue what you'd be like on DMT.
I don't know. I don't even know what it does to you.
Oh, it's a very, very intense hallucinogen.
I feel, but it doesn't DMT. It's the least bad, like next to ketamine, because it has the least amount of side effects that are like actually harmful.
Yeah, and it's also done real fast. Like your DMT strip's like 12 to 20 minutes.
Oh.
I mean, that's my biggest beef with hallucinogens is...
Yeah, it's not long enough.
Well,
I'm a fucking pussy ass. I won't do them. I'm allergic to mushrooms too.
You're allergic to mushrooms?
Yeah, to fungus.
That is the goddamn worst.
I know.
Mushrooms are fun.
Yeah. And aspergillus mix, which is like what they put in like blue cheese and like the mold spores. What the fuck, right? And eggs.
And eggs?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you poor child. No eggs, no fungus. Like, so is it just blue cheese or like normal cheese okay?
I don't really know for sure. It just says aspergillus mix. I didn't do that much research.
Like, this other stuff we'll find out if it kills me the hard way.
Fuck, right? Oh my God.
How'd you find out about the allergy?
I did a blood test because I've had really bad acne for almost like 10 years now. And I was like, I'm sick of this shit. And I refused to like take any more medication for it. So I was like, all right, let's think of like other ways that, you know, what could be causing this inflammation. So I was like, I bet I might have like a food allergy or something, because they were saying that your intestines and your gut health is connected to your skin and blah, 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 you know, all that type of jazz they want to sell you. But I got one and it was covered by my insurance, thank God, because it was like almost $400 for one test. Yeah, but like I had a bunch of shit pop up, like tuna came up there, pork came up there for sensitivity, coffee, black tea, sweet potato, like the most random shit.
Like, this sounds like your suicide note. Like, that's the goddamn worst.
My 13th reason.
Right? Like, I can't have coffee, pork, mush.
Well, it's just like it's a test to gauge, like, if I'm drinking coffee every day and I'm having like serious issues. Oh, well, maybe if your blood says that you have a sensitivity to it, cut back. You know, if you have pre-existing conditions, cut back.
No, like, doc, I'm gonna die without caffeine. No, that's horrible.
Oh, caffeine? I don't know about that. I don't think. Can you be allergic to caffeine?
I'm sure. We're humans. We can be allergic to fucking everything.
I feel like that's something like some girl would be like, I'm allergic to caffeine. I can't.
More for the rest of us, girl. Like, if that's how the hill you want to fucking die on, more for the rest of us.
Shit.
But still, coffee? Oh man, that's horrible.
I don't know why. It's very interesting. I don't know the exact like science behind it, but I was like, okay, Infinite Labs pop off, fucking tell me, because ever since I stopped eating eggs, I realized like my skin inflammation has gone down. My like my entire body, there's just like less swelling and bloat. But who knew? Are you allergic to anything?
Possibly. I just ignore it and keep going anyways. In fucking theory, I should be allergic to a ton of shit. My mother has like a laundry list of fucking allergies. And my sister she's my half sister from both of her parents she doesn't have celiacs, but she has like gluten intolerance.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, go gluten. Just give it to me. Give it to me. I don't give a fuck. Give it. Like, it's probably causing, you know, my random bouts of heartburn and insomnia and probably a lot of other things that I'm not living the best life. Cheers.
Yeah, but think about it, like people who have like peanut allergies, it varies in degree, or like bee stings, it varies. There's people who like can't even get one bee sting and else they like are swelled up and die in a minute. Or then there's some people who, you know, can make it in 45 minutes to the urgent care.
Poor Macaulay Culkin and My Girl.
I haven't seen that movie.
Oh shit, spoilers.
But I know that he's like a little boy and then he like falls in love with a little girl.
And dies of a bee sting at the end.
Are you fucking serious? Damn.
As I said, spoilers.
What is wrong with Hollywood? Let's make him die of a bee sting.
Hey, that movie came out like 20 plus years ago. We're still talking about it. I mean, it's an end of a love story that It's a little atypical.
That's so horrible. Look at me laughing about children dying on bee stings.
Didn't really die. It's not like you're laughing about real dead children.
True.
Not yet. The show's not over yet.
Oh my God.
Don't worry. By the end of this, perfectly sober.
I have dark humor. It's okay.
Awesome. You're on the right show.
I know. People are so like surprised when I'm like, oh yeah, I perv out. Like pervin, creepy. Like, definitely porn made me more creepy because I like think of like, I start like, it starts morphing into my real personality.
Wait a minute. Your porn personality isn't your real personality? Oh my God.
What?
Thank you for the Brazzers face for the audio audience, because that was a full-on like Brazzers ad face right there.
Macaulay, where you at?
Probably not far from here. We're in Hollywood.
Yeah. He probably doesn't like girls like me. He probably looks up, I don't know what he would look up on Pornhub. Macaulay Culkin, tell me what you look up on Pornhub. Message me.
You know that's going to become a clip, and I'm going to add him when I post it, right?
Do it.
Done.
I'm a big fan.
Hey, maybe, there'll be a love connection that happens out of it.
No,
I
I don't think I would want to ever date any celebrities. I feel like that would be like way too much fucking scrutiny. Think about it. Like, I guess there's different levels of celebrity. If it was someone in like TV or movies, maybe, but no fucking ball players. No NFL, none of them. No sports guys. At least I wouldn't be public with them. Because it's like, just how many times are you going to cheat on me? How many times you get all your baby mamas,
You have firsthand experience here, or?
Not really. I've had some people message me, but I've never like gone through with it. There's only, I guess, like one TV personality guy, but he was super chill. He's on E! Network.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Are you telling me fucking...
You're like, I know exactly. No, he's a wonderful guy. And that's what's like really interesting.
Was it Ryan Seacrest?
Oh, fuck no. Fuck no. Ryan Seacrest, leave me alone. Oh my God. I don't think he would enjoy my presence. He'd either be like, all right, we're giving you a show. You're fucking insane. Or we're putting a restraining order on this girl.
Possibly both.
This is the first season plot line.
He's like, here, take a show, get out of my life. If you see me at the studio, just walk the fuck away.
But I want that 5% for life.
By number of celebrities, how many have slid into the DMs?
Maybe like 100 over the last like 2.5 years.
100 in a two.
Maybe like 100. Oh, there's one guy who's been in a fuck ton of movies that I love. I grew up dancing, and that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say is I grew up dancing, and I loved these fucking movies that he was in. And he messaged me on Instagram, and then my fucking Instagram got deleted, and I was like, but he was like, yeah, next time you're in LA, like let's hang out.
Was it John Travolta?
No.
Sorry, I'm thinking of dancing celebrities, like thinking Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah, you wouldn't know him by name, but anyone who's seen the movies would know exactly who he is. But now he looks different. That's all I'm gonna say.
So that could be John Travolta. Okay.
Ooh, me and John Travolta have a lot in common. We love Botox and fillers.
You like private jets?
I've never been on one.
Well, let John Travolta slide into your DMs. He's got a whole fleet.
That seems sus. What's he doing on that?
Who knows?
Why doesn't he use that for like, if you have a whole fleet of planes, like, I feel like if you should be doing some humanity work, you know?
Well, yeah, but
bring some food to fucking people who are hungry, drop some water off. On your way to Thailand or wherever you're, Bali or wherever they're going for fucking Christmas, Well,
that's the problem with the real wealthy. They tend to hoard that shit.
Maybe I'd be like that too, though.
Don't worry, you'll have your time. You still have time.
I spend a lot of money, okay? I am helping the fucking economy. I buy gas almost every other fucking day.
I don't know how much that really helps the economy besides stockholders for the oil companies.
I pay a fuck ton of taxes.
Well, why don't you have a better accountant then? Come on.
No. Oh, that's the thing. You know what's actually, I'm going through issues with the IRS right now. And it's so interesting, like being like a young woman who's now in like a completely different fucking tax bracket than like 90% of people, that you don't fucking realize, girl. Okay, if I make, let's just throw in a number. If I make $250,000 a year, 250,000, and I spend $200,000 of that year, and I only have that $50,000, what the fuck are you gonna do come April when they're like, girl, we need our 30% because you don't have it. So like I've been like so fucking careful with like not blowing my money. Like I don't drive a crazy car. I just got an apartment this year. I was living at home. I was like literally I just finally was like, all right, I finally need to get some things situated, get my own area. But I was like out of town for like over 200 days last year.
Jesus. Well, what you should be doing is renting places in various cities, and then that studio space, that's a business expense.
Yeah. My ADHD prevents me from a lot of things. Unless I'm like on Adderall, like it takes me a little bit to get shit done. I don't think I have the energy to like have multiple studio spaces, man.
This is why you hire someone to manage this shit.
Oh yeah, just what I need. Another person in my fucking circle knowing my business and shit. That's just what I want. I want like more fucking groupies around me.
Well, don't hire a fucking groupie. Don't hire some fucking porn mopo. It's like, Blake, I would love to manage your shit for you. No, find a fucking someone who actually deals with real celebrities.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't trust anyone. I don't know. I really don't, Matt. Like think about it. Like I'm so vulnerable all the time. Like being fucking naked on camera all the time. Like why would I want to just give more opportunities for people to, kind of learn who I really am, huh?
Well, that's why you find
and learn my secrets.
That's why you find someone who's fucking licensed and bonded and like a proven commodity.
Well, yeah, you're right. I need to step it up.
Yeah, don't fucking hire an assistant that you meet in an Exotica. Like,
oh my God. I've never been to Exotica, but I heard shit popped off this year.
And Miami was just last weekend.
Yeah. And you know what's really disappointing about that is there's certain people, not that I personally like really hate or have beef towards, but I see that they're there. And I just feel like some people just, I guess think of like all the people that are like kind of like rejected and not really like worked with a lot. And you're kind of like, why aren't you like, in kind of like the mix of everyone else? And it's kind of like you have to kind of take that chance with people. And being at those conventions, like all fucking swarms of people. You got cam people, you got OnlyFans people, you have people who used to do porn, you have people who are like porn adjacent. Or then you have like guys who just hire, the girls, and then they show up and they're like, I'm an OnlyFans creator. I have a camera. And you're like, just because you were fucking age verified on OnlyFans does not mean that you can just pay my rate and I'm going to come over. But yeah, it's really disappointing to see some fucking gross ass people mingling with my friends. I get really pissed.
I can tell. Jeez.
And it's recent because it's fresh. It's fresh. I saw a couple videos and a couple photos that I was really, really disappointed about. But you know what, Matt? I'm going to let people fall on their fucking own. I'm done helping people and being like, oh, no, you shouldn't work with this person because of this, this, and this. At this point, it's not my fucking business. Girl, learn the hard way. Because then it almost comes across as like, I don't know if you've ever liked someone and maybe your friend likes them and they're like, oh, nah, man, she's a bitch. Oh, she stinks, that type of shit. So you don't like her. And then he swoops in, right? It's kind of like that.
See, this is why I generally take people on firsthand. Like, your interaction with them might not be my interaction with them. So, like, I tend to, like, judge people on my own merit, on their own merits. With the exception of, like, people who are like, that guy's a serial rapist. Like, okay, cool. Well, that guy I'll avoid.
Oh my God. You had someone on here that was that?
No.
Oh.
So.
Oh my God.
I've been involved in the industry, adjacent, whatever, for over a decade. I've been around for fucking ever.
Yeah.
So I've had interactions with people that, have those reputations over the years, or that some of them are still around.
Interesting enough.
Yeah. And it's just like, ooh, I'm going to, believe my friends on that one. But sometimes people just they don't mesh. And I'm not going to disqualify someone just because, like, you
Yeah,
dislike someone.
it's more about like stupid, superficial shit. Like, oh, she called me a cunt. Or, oh, she doesn't like me. Or, oh, this. Like, when it's stupid stuff like that, then you're like, okay, insecurity, jealousy, competitiveness with, all the stuff that we're all in competition for. But yeah, I'm going to the Exotica in New Jersey. So I'll definitely be at that one. I'm going to be at Ricky Johnson's booth for Ricky's Room. So that should be fun because I'm going to be like with my girlfriends who have also been on the site, and it's going to be a whole thing. Whereas like if I just had like a booth by myself, I'd be fucking overwhelmed. And at XBiz, I cut Angela White's line. Oh my God, she had like 100 people in her line. And I was like, swoop. I was like, hey, Angela. And they were like, oh my God, it's Angela and Blake. It's Angela and Blake. And I like literally was like, fuck yeah, I'm with Angela. Like I cut all you, I cut all you guys. But I had to. I had to.
Oh, yeah. I mean, why the fuck would you wait in that line? Why?
I know her. Oh my God. I hope she laughs as she sees this. She knows I adore her.
Oh no, Angela's the fucking best. Honestly, I can't really imagine Angela being like negative towards anybody. Like I'm sure it happens.
I've never heard her say one bad word about anyone ever.
Yeah, I haven't either. I'm sure it happens. She is human. Believe it or not, folks. Angela White is human. You might not believe me based on her output, but she is a human being. So I'm sure there are some people that Angela's like, not the biggest fan of, but
yeah, but I saw her standing there and she was like, and the thing that I found was really interesting about her compared to some of the other people, it was like some girls were like, oh, okay, your 30 seconds are up. Bye-bye. If you're not going to be buying a signed picture, you're not going to buy something from me, then okay, bye. Like I was giving out free Polaroids every fucking day, all day. I was like, I don't give a shit. Let's take a Polaroid. I'll sign it for you. But she had people, like they were talking for like, longer than 5 minutes. So I just found that was like really showing of like her character, like as a person, that she really cares and will talk to you, and answer all your questions. So now I try to be like that with my fans instead of like, oh my God, Matt, I want to be a cunt and just be like, fuck off. I don't want to tell you shit, motherfucker. Like, leave me alone. I like, seriously, I'm like, why do you give a fuck what I'm wearing or like my panty color or how many dicks I want to suck in a day?
They just want to know you. Because they're having, without you, what they probably consider in their brain to be an intimate moment. That orgasm is probably an intimate moment for you. So if they can truly be intimate with you in some way, shape, or form, it probably makes that shit much more intense, intensifies the situation for them. This is just me guessing. I don't fucking know.
Oh my God. Well, let me tell you this fucking shit. I started camming. I started fucking camming. Whole different fucking breed of men.
I'm so sorry.
No, I was like, you know what? Like I made a free OnlyFans. So I was like, okay, like how can I get more people to like follow my OnlyFans? If they, my fans from Twitter, if you want to follow me there and, like post different stuff that I don't put on Twitter. So I was like, how can I promote that? And I was like, well, how can I just promote my fucking brand and pour that shit? Yeah. That's it. That was a quick pour.
For the camera, this is how much of the bottle has gone in me already. Blake is not drinking at all. I love that she is playing my normal role. Like, yeah, drink more, drink more, drink more, drink more, drink more. By the end of this, Blake's gonna have to like kill the cameras and like hit stop all the way. I'll pass out.
Yay, Blake.
So thank you for doing the show.
I don't even think I introduced myself.
Oh no, we just got right into it.
Hi, I'm Blake Blossom. I have a free OnlyFans and a paid OnlyFans. And now we're talking about, I started camming on Cam Soda mainly because I do live shows for them, like paid live shows. But yeah, Matt, like literally, I was like, what the fuck is this shit? So first I fucked up and had my tokens really low because I didn't even know. And I didn't know how to like add any of like the little spinny fucking spin wheels or the lottery or coin toss. Like they have little things that like encourage fans to do the tokens. And I didn't really understand that. So I was just on there. And I mean, I sat on there for like 6 hours. And I mean, I made surprisingly more than I would like thought I could. But I was just really surprised that the like I don't know, maybe it's just because everyone knows that they're in there together and the chat was just so fucking weird and cringy. And what's so interesting about cam shows is they want to do that private show with you, and I don't do like FaceTime calls or like Skype. Do you interview people that do Skype calls or like?
I mean, I do occasionally. I do people, have people on that.
You do them? You buy them?
No. That's camming's always been a weird interaction for me. Like, I never got the appeal of camming. It's like, hi, I'm gonna try to vie for your attention in this room full of dudes. It's like going to a strip club where there is one dancer, and then I'm going to try to get her attention by spending the most money.
Yeah, that's literally what it is. That is literally what it is. So I have I get a lot of, God, that vape took my breath away. Stop vaping if you're vaping. I need to quit. I've quit like 3 times this year.
Oh, should I tell you can't do that in here then?
Throw that shit away.
No, actually, I'm a horrible enabler. Take another hit. It's fine.
Take it, pour it.
God still has alcohol in it.
Double fist. Hey, we're at your crib. We don't care.
Right? All I have to do is operate a door at some point. There have definitely been episodes of the show where I've been
off door.
Exactly. There have been episodes of this where I've been so drunk the next morning, like, did I save the episode?
Is it still rolling? Are the cameras still rolling? Imagine downloading that fucking file off off the SD card.
Fuck. Yeah, the 128 gig SDs, like, fuck. Okay, well, I'm going to just put that in and I'll be back in a couple hours. Fuck.
Exactly. But the requests I was getting for the cam shows were so weird. But the weirdest one beside like the anti-gay, they want you to say slurs. They're like, oh, call me a slur.
I feel like that's a trap. I feel like that is a fucking trap.
Oh my fucking God. Like, sir, why do you think that you can come to my page and even fucking request that? What about me thinks that you can ask that? But they're just ballsy as fuck online. Well, they do the race requests too. They want you to call you racial slurs.
Yeah, especially with camming, I feel like that is a fucking trap because they'll fucking screen cap you or some shit, and then all of a sudden, I have this footage without any context of like dropping an N-bomb or saying something like transphobic or whatever the fuck they're paid for.
Exactly. And it's like, why? That's what I try to understand sometimes when they ask me this shit. I'm like, why? What happened to you that made you fucking want to ask this shit? You fucking typed it out, bro. But the craziest one is this guy kept going in the chat and was like, watch me come on my girlfriend. And I was like, okay, well, request a private chat then, dumbass. Like, fucking get the chat going. Request it. I can't just be like, yeah, let's watch you come on your girlfriend. Ooh. So I was like kind of playing up for him. And then there was a couple other people I was chatting to in there that were doing a lot of tokens and spinning the wheel. So I was doing a bunch of other stuff. And finally he requests it. Oh my God. I don't even know if this was fucking real. And if it is, like, I don't know. I had no idea if it was real. So he's like, it's like from his POV and I can see him jacking off his dick. And it's just like a normal, like average, I don't know, maybe he was white. And he was wearing like a black shirt that covered his belly, no tattoos or anything. Cause I look for that shit. I'm like, you got tattoos? I'm gonna identify you. And he's jacking off and his fucking girlfriend is wearing like black shorts and like another black shirt, sleeping on the fucking bed. Like, but here's the thing why I think it wasn't real. Who the fuck sleeps like this? I'm sorry. Not even people in fucking TV shows sleep like this. And it just was like, it just looked too staged and she wasn't moving and he was standing over her and he was like, oh, telling me to like say stuff like, oh, come on her. And I think her name was like Brianna or something, like Brianna and he's like, tell me to, oh, I want you to come on Brianna. And I literally was like, I almost didn't even believe if it was real because, and he came on her fucking ass. He came on her fucking ass and then immediately ended the chat. And I'm left like looking at myself in the chat like, he just came on Brianna.
That is not the worst shot that a Brianna has taken in recent memory. Sorry, I had to fucking say it.
Shout out to all the Briannas.
Oh, I was thinking Breonna Taylor, but
oh, I don't know who that is.
She was the woman who was shot to death by the police in Kentucky. It was one of the things that
I don't watch the news.
That was one of the things that sparked a lot of the Black Lives Matter protests last year.
Oh,
so that was a super dark joke.
I need to be more educated.
That was a super dark joke.
Shame on me for not fucking knowing. Shame on me. That's
also
wow.
A much more realistic take is like,
oh, now I understand your joke. Oh my God. This is a crazy podcast.
Welcome. And then
wow.
The much more real take is that's a bold move with that amount of semen and that amount of black clothing.
I'm telling you, it didn't look real. And the sheets weren't on her. It looked like someone had like thrown the sheets back off her. I shoot porn almost every fucking day in the last 2.5 years. When it's staged, like when someone's actually sleeping, but it was very creepy. And I was just like, oh my God. But you know what I could do? I could go back up in the chat and click him, and I restricted him. So he couldn't or blocked him or whatever it allows. But what the fuck is that? And it just makes me think, if that was my first night fucking camming, what are these girls doing every day, like in these private chats?
Oh, I mean, that's not even the worst story I've ever heard. I had friends who, shortly after they got in the industry, they're only getting booked every once in a while, so they had to turn to camming, and they were camming as a couple.
Mm.
And the amount of scenarios that dudes would ask them to do, they would turn to him and be like, so call her, this name, and that's my daughter's name, and fucking weird incest play.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what's crazy? I actually know someone that was friends with this guy who used to So the story is that there was a friend group of the guys, and they all were like, bro, that's so cool. You're fucking your stepsister and they the friend group actually thought it was super cool. And this was,
was she hot?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know, but this, I
don't actually condone such things.
But here's the thing, I think he's in his late 30s, 40s now, but he's now thinking about how jealous we were and how cool we thought he was. Now he realizes how fucked up that was. And just the weird dynamic of, because when you're young men, you're like, oh yeah, I got a girl, my girlfriend over here. But then it's when it comes to oh, it's right across the hall, it brings up all that weird family relation stuff that is a very, very touchy subject in porn. Very, very. I don't do it anymore. I haven't done it in fucking forever. And you know what's fucked up? The last video I ever did that was stepsister, it was for nubiles. And it's for Princess Cum. I think I'm on the cover of the DVD for it. But it was borderline. I from that day out, I was like, never again. I'll never be a stepsister. I'll never be a daughter, cousin, fucking niece. I won't do it. No, give it to someone else. I don't need it that bad. I don't need to check that bad, girl.
See, I have theories about that shit. I don't know how much that shit actually people are into, as much as oh, this is the setup, and we just put two hot people together, and they're clicking on the scene because it's two hot people, not necessarily because of how many people actually give a fuck about the setup for a scene.
I don't know, because then you dive into the concept of what is a consumer of porn? Who are you making porn for? Because there's so many different people in the world that it's you can make porn for pedophiles and you can make porn for fucking rapists and shit.
On the first one, you definitely cannot legally, and we do not condone such things.
No, I don't mean it literally, but
I know.
It's obviously very fucking geared toward people that have.
Oh no, the brightly colored, barely legal scenes where it's
why do I need to be wearing a backpack that's at the children's place? Why do I need to have my hair in pigtails? Granted, pigtails are cute, but I mean, if you're picking a girl who looks like she's maybe 15 or 16, just physically, she's over 18, but she looks younger, and you purposely dress her and stuff like that, to me, it just makes me think of who is, because as content creators, we're okay, who's buying our stuff? What are they wanting? What are the big numbers pulling? And it's every fucking time you pull the statistics and it's like stepsister, stepdaughter, fucking number one thing.
I would be curious if you took the same scene and cut it twice, like once with the step fucking, bullshit in it and one without, and put them both out there with, different titles or whatever, but put the exact same sex scene.
Yeah.
And see how well it performed. If it was just like, oh, Blake's hot with whoever, or it's because Blake's saying, oh, stepbrother, give it to me hard. Like,
yeah. But there's different degrees of like what you're doing with step porn, because the way you post it, you can have the scene that's like, a script. There's some type of way that they meet. There's some type of reason why they're fucking, and then there's and it's very obvious that that's what it is. It's titled that way. Then you have the scenes that are just normal and they're just titled stepsister fucks. And it's like a POV video. The girl's face that's fucking cut from here. It's a POV. Her head's not even in it. And it's like, I fucked my stepsister in the morning. You're fucking we don't know who this bitch is.
Right.
We don't know what's going on. You're just fucking her. We can't even see her face. Like,
for me, I honestly hate that trend in porn. I hate the trend of fucking the head cut off. I don't know. When I am trying to, have self-gratification, I want to see that the girl I am fapping to is having a good time. And if her face is not in the fucking frame, I can't tell that she's having a good time.
I get in really heated debates with people about what it really means to be a porn star. Oh my God, there's just a whole other fucking
So what is your take?
Ocean to dive into.
Well, we got time. So what is your take on this?
Like the stuff that I've been doing, like I'm on set filming in front of cameras, I'm reading scripts, I have my legal documents that I fill out, I have the video recordings of every time, that to me, if I'm working for other people, like I feel like that gives me more of a title of saying that I'm a porn star rather than I'm just like Blossom XXX on Cam Soda, or Cam thing, But it's also like when you're developing like a brand, like who do you want to be? Like who am I making porn for? Like what am I gearing what is my fucking market?
The paycheck. I mean, you're making porn for the paycheck.
Yeah, but it's like there's one guy, Gibby the Clown. He's actually really scary. He looks like a Slipknot character. So honestly, like it's a little scary.
Bravo on the Slipknot reference. Bravo on the Slipknot reference, by the way.
My friend Zach Wilde is a huge Slipknot fan. So
Zach Wilde of Black Label Society, Zach Wilde? Or Zach Wilde the adult?
No, but now he's Sid Knox, right? I think that's his new porn name.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But yeah, his name, there was one that used to be Zach Wilde.
Yeah. Okay.
And now there's a new Zach Wilde.
Okay, because I was about to say, like,
yeah.
I was about to say, like, Zach Wilde, the lead singer of Black Label Society, who's about to go on tour of Pantera, like.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a very, 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 very famous musician named Zach Wilde.
Oh my God. Fuck, I don't know shit. There's too many Zach Wildes.
Well, and that's the crazy part about porn sometimes is like, that very realistically could have been a friend of yours. The porn and music connection is very, very slim.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Where are they?
Well, obviously, in your hundreds of DMs, I'm sure there's a few famous musicians in there.
Like rappers. But if you use auto-tune, I'm just kidding.
Unless there's a guitar involved, fuck this.
I mean, I like rappers. It's just the stigma of dating a rapper, I don't, like, I can buy myself a Chanel bag. I don't need you to buy me. Like, thanks. The fuck am I going to do with it? It's not going to, unless it's like a specific one that like
eBay
appreciates in value,
eBay. You can put it right on eBay.
Well,
thank you.
I'm like, where's my notepad?
Hey, like, we're recording this. You can just play it back. Like when it releases, like, oh, what did me and Matt talk about? Okay, cool.
Oh my God, right.
You don't have to take notes. It's okay. But seriously, like, from my time in the industry, like, I worked in music before I got into porn.
Mm-hmm.
I have much better connections in music from porn than I ever did working in music.
Interesting.
Mostly through friends of mine dating fairly famous musicians.
Okay. All about pussy. They're always fucking some musician.
Well, because I first got in like roadieing and doing security for girls.
Mm-hmm.
And like one of the girls I used to work for back in the day, I blew into Hollywood. I was still living in Vegas at the time. And she's like, Matt, I have a shoot today. Can you babysit my boyfriend? I'm like, I guess. She's like, you two will get along, I promise. He's into metal and MMA. You two will get along. He likes drinking. You'll have fun. Like, I guess. I'm just expecting the dude to be completely fucking lame. I'm like, guess this is part of the job. And like, it's like, him and I are walking to the bar, and then he just makes some offhand comment. It's like, yeah, when you play for more than 50,000 people, it all looks the same. I'm like, oh shit, bro, you're in a real band. Like you're playing festivals for over 50,000 people.
I guess I do have a connection to music. I actually know I don't know if we need to bleep this out. I know Chester Bennington's son. I went to high school with him.
Oh shit. How well do you know him?
Pretty well.
Like biblically?
What does that mean biblically? And what context? I know him. I haven't talked to him in a long time, but he knows who I am.
I was alluding to had you had sexual relations with him?
Yeah.
In Chester's house?
No.
Oh, that would have been rad. Like Chester makes you breakfast afterwards. Like
that would have been really crazy. My dad would have been pretty cool for my dad.
Wow, that makes me feel old. Like, oh yeah, Linkin Park would have been cool for my dad. Like, oh, that's a band I listen to. Fuck.
Oh my god, I hope he doesn't hate me for saying that. Oh my god. I'm gonna get a message to be like, stop saying my name on the internet, bitch.
Like,
I didn't say his name.
Pretty easily Googleable of who Chester Bennington's children are. I'm just putting that out there. But any man who's upset with you for claiming that you had sex with them on the internet, fuck their opinion at that point.
Oh, well, we've had a couple liars in the industry that have lied about fucking me.
Really? What was their justification on that shit?
Honey. Oh, I'll never talk to you if you ever claim that. And it was very interesting. So I just did a scene with a friend of mine. Well, he's not really my friend anymore, but I did a scene with this guy, and he like lives with his friend. And like we were talking or whatever, you know, showering, like taking turns in the shower, and he goes, "Oh yeah, you know, like you should film with me and my bro." And I was like, "Oh well, I've never done anything with him. Like, you know, not really my thing. Two guys, not my thing, you know." And he just kind of went, "What? What do you mean?" I said, "Yeah, I've only met him like twice, and the first time he barely said anything to me. He sat there." You know, and it was just the most awkward thing. And I was like, no, I would know. I have no problem telling you everyone I've fucked. I don't give a shit, you know, performer-wise. But
and celebrity
performer-wise, Matt. Oh my God.
Performer-wise and celebrity children.
Oh, Jesus Christ. But it was a very interesting thing. But it's like, do I take it as a compliment? It depends on who it is as the guy, in my opinion. If you're kind of like a scrub and kind of like not really, you don't really know me, you're not really like my friend, it's very fucking weird. But if it's like my friend's like, oh yeah, fuck that bitch, you know, joking around, I think I wouldn't be as
weird no matter what.
Okay, it's weird. It's weird no matter what. I've never lied about fucking anyone. I don't think like that's cool. I wouldn't make up, oh yeah, I fucked that guy. It was crazy.
I mean, I've definitely lied about not fucking some people. Been like, yeah, I definitely did not fuck that girl.
Oh. See, but you live and you learn.
Oh yeah, no.
You live and you learn. You got your nut.
Oh no, I have definitely made some poor dick choices over the years. As I've jokingly said over the years, like part of the reason I never wanted to be male talent is because I like to choose who I fuck. But I have made a lot of bad choices over the years. Like there have definitely been some like, oh, I am sobering up while I'm inside you. I'm like, why am I here? Well, I'm already here, so might as well. God
damn. I haven't fucked anyone that was like really, really bad. Oh. Yeah, I can't think of anyone that was like really, really bad. There's been like a couple of like funny stories where like, you know, he has to stop and like take his heart medication.
No, you can't just drop that and walk. What? I want to hear this whole fucking story. You can't just be like, yeah, so I almost killed a man because he needed to take his nitroglycerin.
No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like I was hurting him. You know, he was.
No, he just had a weak heart and all his blood was in his groin.
Yeah. Maybe. I got really scared for a second. I was like, are you okay? Like, trying to become like, you good over there? And over here, I'm like, oh my God, is he okay? I'm gonna fucking kill this guy. He's gonna be like,
Are you doing
broken out.
Are you doing the math in your head? Like, can I lift this dude to dispose of the body, or do I have to?
Oh, there was someone else there. Thank God.
That is a good friend. Like, who was the good friend that was there that would have like helped you get rid of this body?
No, not like that. But we probably could have saved him. We probably could have saved him if something did happen. I've seen multiple videos on how to do CPR. I got taught when I was younger. I kind of went through like the CPR thing when I was a nanny, but like what else can you learn except, the basics? So it wasn't like anything in depth. It was more about like what to do, like placement on like a child's chest, that type of stuff to not break their ribs.
Right. When you do it on adults, it's okay to break their ribs.
Well, yeah. Yeah, it's okay.
My certification expired, but I was CPR certified at one point. It's okay to break adults' ribs.
Really? Yeah. I believe it because like you got to do anything possible.
Yeah, that shit'll heal. Death, you don't really heal from.
Huh?
Last I checked, I mean,
oh
I know these revelations happening on the show. Like, you don't heal from death, Matt? Tell me more.
Oh my God. Revelations. That's such a funny word.
No, but seriously, give me the lead up on almost murdering a man with your vagina.
No, it was first scene.
Oh, it was during a scene?
It was first scene. And normally I have an age limit because I just don't find it visually appealing.
When the old man has bigger tits than you, I get that.
No, I mean, it's different when they're bigger than me. I don't mind like fucking fat guys, but
oh my God, you have just launched like 1 million fat guy boners on the internet.
There's certain things, like if it's for a Santa scene, like you have to be a really fat Santa. Like, I don't want to fuck you if you're a skinny Santa. You have to be a huge Santa. I want a huge Santa. You're like...
Please tell me that's already happened.
No, I never fucked Santa.
Producers, you're fucking up here. This was a couple months away. You can still release it.
But think about it. It's a very niche group of people that would want to purchase a video like that.
I don't even want to fap to it. I'd purchase it for the pure novelty of it.
Really? I've thought about doing a couple things like that of just like they're not even like really sexual. I mean, I guess fucking Santa is sexual, but like there's a couple other things where I was like, that would just be a fun video to do.
So why aren't you doing it?
Well, sometimes it's like mildly degrading, but I sometimes I find it funny. But I tiptoe around the degrading stuff because I don't like being degraded. So I want to make sure that person really does enjoy it. And it's not something that's going to come and bite me in my ass later.
At the end of the day, it's acting.
Is it?
It is.
There's a couple times when I catch myself in like when the scenes when I'm like, I just did a VR scene with Sky Blue and Destiny Cruz for Sex Like Real. And we're 3 mean girls. God damn, I was pulling out the fucking zingers for that shit. Because we could say fucking anything. We were like, oh, you can't get hard for us. We'll make that change. Is that okay? Because we're shooting in VR, so you have to like have the, like make sure that it's okay. We were like, he was like the hall monitor and he caught us and sent us to detention. So we were like, yeah, you're not going to be a little fucking loser ass hall monitor anymore. Oh, yeah, we're sucking hall monitor dick? Really? That's how we're going to spend our fucking Thursday afternoon? Really? But I mean, I don't really remember a lot of the stuff I said during it, but it just kind of comes out naturally. But the mean scenes are really fun. Like I did another one for Touch My Wife. And I was just like, yeah, can't even get your dick up for me, because they like them really aggressive.
It's acting. It's okay.
I guess it's acting.
It's improv.
Improv. I would say improv.
Improv is still acting.
To me, like, I guess I think acting is different because sometimes I get a script and it's acting versus like me just ad-libbing at whatever I say. Because it is me, but it's not. It's me in like a different atmosphere as Blake.
You're playing a character. At the end of the day, Blake is a character, right?
Yeah, but I guess the real me does come out in those mean scenes. Like I fucking love saying mean shit sometimes.
But there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I'm sure with mainstream actors, there's aspects of their real personality that comes out in their performances.
Mm-hmm.
it's still fucking acting. It's not like you're going around and just being that heartless person to people you interact with on a normal basis. At least, if you do, you managed to hold it in for the 15 minutes before we got on air. You were very charming before we even got on air. So.
Good. I can take my mask off now.
Now the cameras roll, and you're committed to doing this podcast, Matt. Oh, we're going to talk some shit.
It's not talking shit if it's true. Retelling stories is not gossip.
Sure. I believe you.
Put a little sparkle on me.
We need to backtrack a little bit though, because we did not get the story of.
I know. I told you The
You and me both. The show tangents all the fucking time. As the host of this show, it's my job to reel it back a little bit, and be like, "Hey, like, how did you almost murder a man with your vagina?"
It was on set, and he was, he's older, and I was just like, I don't know. I'll do it if you put me on the box cover. And I'm on the box cover, and I look damn good in that cheerleading costume. But it was interesting. It's always very weird because like you have to have like a little bit of chemistry. At least I have to. I have to have like I have to find like one thing about you like a little hot. Even if it's just how your dick hits the back of my throat. Like that's the one thing.
Isn't it a little late at that point?
If it's how.
Isn't that a little late at that point?
The timeline doesn't matter, Matt. The timeline doesn't matter.
I mean, that
you like chronological order? Oh my God.
Well, it's just like, oh, hey, boom, this penis is already hitting the back of my throat. I guess I'm into him now.
Matt, you might have just hit it right on the fucking head. We need a soundboard like, woo, clap, clap, clap.
What, do you think this is a morning zoo? I got fucking sound effects on the ready? What the fuck? Fuck, dude. Where the fuck do you think you are?
No, we got through majority of the scene, right? And then it was really hot upstairs because you have to turn the air conditioning off sometimes because it's really loud and the microphones pick it up.
I know nothing about this.
As you turn off the air conditioning.
Oh, it was off before we started. I make that mistake every once in a while.
It took that long to turn off?
No. Every once in a while, I just fucking forget because one-man show.
Mm-hmm.
Every once in a while, like, oh, fuck the AC.
Oh my God, right? And then you're like, I'll fix it in post.
Exactly. Other perk of being a one-man show is like, well, I'm just fixing that in post. Fuck. But as our ADHD is just going all over.
But yeah, he just like he just pulled out a little orange bottle of pills and took one or two. I don't know for sure. And then he said,
wait. He didn't tell you to spit it into his mouth?
Oh God. No.
Oh no!
I might be a porn star, but I'm very vanilla when it comes to.
Oh no! If I was having cardiac arrest on set, I'd be like, "Spit this pill into my mouth, girl." The BTS of that is amazing.
Oh my God! Could you? I like. You just look over and you're like, "Girl, did you just spit that in his mouth?" Oh yeah.
He said it's the only way he could swallow them.
What do you mean? Oh no, I'm stuck. What do you mean you're stuck? I can't move.
Oh my God, I just had a whole vision of like, girls with older performers and like them spitting Viagra's into dudes' mouths as part of the scene.
Oh my God, it's gonna be like, so what are your do's and don'ts? Also, let me know, do you have a pacemaker? Do I have anything that I need to worry about cardiac wise? What's your cardiac health like?
Can I talk to your doctor before we do this? I need to make sure you're healthy enough to have sex.
But the interesting about that situation is it actually was a really good scene. Like I actually was like, oh shit, he can fuck. Damn, man. And so I enjoyed it. It was a great scene. But it was just that one funny moment of like, haha, like, oh, we were joking about it. And then it was like, oh.
So what did you decide was hot about him besides that you almost killed him?
I don't know.
He's like, it was there for a moment.
I don't know. I feel like the more I do porn, Matt, the more quick I am to like someone and then like not like them. it's very fleeting. No, I'm serious. It's because like I don't know if I'm just a very jealous person or I have like anxious attachment style, but like as soon as I get to know someone and they like do something, like maybe they cancel plans on me or maybe I see them like out with someone else and I'm like, I don't like them at all anymore. And then maybe like a week later, hey, do you want to go out to dinner? We have a nice dinner and I like them again. What does that mean? Can someone tell me what that means?
Yeah, that's just above my pay grade. I'm just happy, like, we barely know each other. You don't follow me on social media. No need for you to get jealous of anything I do. I don't know.
I don't know.
You know where I live now, so.
I do.
Shit.
Oh my God. Yeah, you don't know anything about me. You didn't even see my ID.
Yeah, nothing sexual's happening.
How do you even know I'm Blake Blossom?
Well, I honestly don't, folks. Like, this could be the most epic troll in the history of the show. And if that is the case, there's a publicist I have to reach out to and be like, bravo, sir. Well played.
What the fuck?
No.
Who did you send over here?
No. There would no be what the fuck to be like, well played. Well fucking played. Like, I appreciate a good trolling. Like,
that would be so funny though if I find someone who like kind of looks like me and it's like a doppelganger scene and they're like, oh, you're not Blake? Oh my God. Yes.
well, for the scene, they got to see IDs, so.
Well, yeah.
But for publicity or a red carpet, you could have someone walk like the AVN red carpet for you.
I don't know if I would want someone to walk that for me, but that would be cool if there was two of us. That would trip some people the fuck out. That would be so crazy. Oh my God. Anyone, let me know. If you look like me.
What would be really funny is like you have her walk as you and then you're there right behind her as her assistant.
Oh my God, holding her fucking dress and bag. And I'm like fucking. That's so good though. That's so good.
I mean, it would definitely stand out. Like, think about that shit. That'd be hilarious. Especially like because some of those photographers definitely know you. So they'd be like, wait, what the fuck's happening?
Oh my God. We might have discovered a new troll to just fucking send doppelganger.
Well, fucking what?
My stunt double.
Hannibal fucking Buress.
Okay.
Sent someone else as him to the Spider-Man Homecoming fucking premiere and to walk the carpet and like attend the premiere.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow. What was the reason?
Just didn't feel like going.
Interesting. You know when have you seen pictures of Kim Kardashian where she wears like those like really tight outfits that are just like all one color?
I mean, pretty much everything she wears, right?
Exactly. So I think it was for Balenciaga, but she was wearing it was her, but she was fully covered in like black cloth and it was very like shrink wrapped to her. And I was like, what if that's not even her? What if it's not even her?
Because Photoshop someone's head on or?
No, it was like you could see the videos, but it's like if you're fully clothed and you look like a walking shadow, you know, I think like what they were saying is like the metaphor of it was that you don't even need to see her face. It's just her shape. And I was like, oh, that's really interesting.
Millions of dollars of plastic surgery walking down a red carpet.
I know. Now they're all reversing it.
It's wild. Like you made your career on this shit.
Yeah, and then you see the trends trickling down, and then you see girls my age that are like getting BBLs. Honestly, I fucking wish I had one, but I don't think I could do the recovery process for it.
I don't even know what goes into the recovery on it.
Well, they do like pretty intense liposuction all over you. So you have like little marks from liposuction all over you. And when they take the fat, they can't use 100% of the fat. So it depends on like what type of method they go in.
I mean, some of it becomes soap. Duh.
Oh my God. I love that movie. That movie, I thought I was really freaked out when like at the end and they were like, he wasn't there. I was like, this is a mind fuck. Oh my God. But yeah, we're not making stuff with people.
I'm glad you got that reference. I'm super glad you got that reference. Fine.
I hope has someone done a porn parody of that?
Oh, I'm sure. 100. There has to. The movie's 20 years old.
Maybe. I'd like to see what the performers are. Are you Googling it?
I am, but continue.
I forgot what I was talking about.
Oh, no, we were talking about Kim Kardashian the Kardashians getting their plastic surgery, and you recovered from a Brazilian
so it depends on like how they go and get it in there. So sometimes they can take 60% of the fat. Sometimes it's all the way down to like 25, 30%. But if you think about the volume of fat that you have to have taken out, you know, if you're losing between 50 to 70% of what you're taking out. It's like, how much weight do you initially have to start with to get your ideal end figure? And there's so many, it's like the number one death rate surgery right now. And what's very interesting is, so I'm very candid about, like, I don't ever promote myself as natural. Like, my boobs are natural. Like, my body is natural. Granted, do I love cool sculpting? Yes, I will admit to cool sculpting. But I love getting fillers. I've been getting fillers and Botox in my face for 5 years. And when everything came about, the sickness, I don't know if we're allowed to say it, COVID.
Oh my God.
Sometimes they like flag if you say COVID.
Flag for fucking what?
They like misinformation. Okay, this is not fucking misinformation. Do not flag the CDC. What? Fucking do not.
At the end of the day, this is a comedy show. Please.
Well, the story I'm about to say is based on like stuff that I saw online. That there were multiple women, including women that were going to the same injecting place that I was going to, that after they received the vaccine were having problems with the filler in their face. That the vaccine was going and attacking those, added things into your body, the foreign objects, those foreign molecules, and it was causing the filler to turn into rock. And you can't take that out of your face. It's not like in lip injections where it's more of like a hyaluronic acid base, but they have like an antidote that they can put in there that dissolves it. So that's how people can kind of get away with going really big. And then, you can have so many problems with it. Like, I remember I used to wear my lips way, way, way bigger. And I would get these like balled up things like underneath my lip. And my lips were so big at one point, you couldn't even see my teeth when I talked. Literally. And but think about it.
Look back at those photos and be like, why did I do this?
No, I fucking loved it.
Then why'd you stop?
I fucking loved it. Well, it's very painful. So I don't know if I've talked about this, but I will talk about it. So I got a rhinoplasty last April, and it takes a really long time to heal. So it was like kind of before Christmas, and it was a couple days before Christmas, and I went to go get my lips done again, and I was like, like 8 months post-op of my rhinoplasty. So, like, it takes a long time for all.
What did the old nose look like?
Fucking crooked. Like, I don't know how people don't see it. I have absolutely no idea. It's not like I did that much. And of course, I want another one. Fucking Michael Jackson over here.
Stop diddling children, Blake. Stop diddling children.
But no, it's just like when you get into that fucking cycle of, ew. When you get into that cycle of like constantly changing yourself, like, you get fucking used to it and you get addicted to it. And
so
like,
do you feel you have body dysmorphia or?
Oh, extremely. But I had that like way before, probably when I was like 10 or 11. Because when I did competitive dance when I was little, I was always like kind of taller and a little bit bigger. Like, I'm not a petite bitch. Like, I'm not over here like 5'3", 90 pounds. Like, I'm not, a spinner. So I'm like a bigger girl. So I was always like bigger compared to the other girls. And I think that's where that started.
I'm just going to put a big fucking caveat. As being in the same room as Blake, not a big girl. Just putting that out there.
There you go. There's your body dysmorphia right fucking there.
Definitely not a big girl.
No, but I'm very aware about how I am and how I view myself. And I know that I have a fuck ton of, self-esteem building to do. And you have to be very aware being in this industry because
a lot of people
go online and say this, this girl is, look at her stomach rolls and her acne is so bad. You wouldn't believe the bullshit that I've gotten about my acne. Do you know how to wash your face? Have you ever tried this? Bitch, I've tried fucking everything, okay? I'm a 22-year-old young woman who wears makeup sometimes multiple times a day. Yes, I wash my face. I spend thousands of dollars on lasers and fucking chemicals to try and fix it. Okay? That's how deep this shit has like really gotten in my life because now we're adding another layer to it. I'm on camera all the time. I got my lips done when I was in high school, Matt. I was a senior and I got my fucking lips done.
That is wild to me.
Didn't tell my mom. Fucking spent $180, got a fucking syringe of Juvederm, and I loved it. And I've been hooked ever since.
Like,
but the problem...
What doctor was just like, high school student, this is cool.
My friend's mom was a fucking nurse, but she has a lot done to herself. And she projected a little bit onto her daughter and would say like, oh, like, I can't wait for my daughter to, like, do this too.
That is fucking wild.
Scottsdale, Arizona, man, like we're crazy out there, but it compounds. So it's like if I'm already experiencing that as a child, and then we see like Kylie Jenner and Kim K, you know, with all this plastic surgery, and I grew up with Instagram, right? So it's like that's what I've grown up with. That's all I know is that, oh, if you have money, girl, you can change your face. You can buy your titties. You can buy yourself an ass. You can buy yourself. There's plenty of guys that I know that have chest implants, calf implants, fucking penis enlargements, penis pumps. So it's like when you grow up in this era of like you can change yourself so much, think about what it does to us fucking young girls on camera.
Oh, no.
When you're finally like 6 months in and you have, 20, 30 racks sitting in your fucking account and you're like, I'm going to go get my lips done. My friend has her done. I saw this girl on set. She had, all this shit done.
I totally fucking get it. Hell, Facebook came out not too long ago about, oh yeah, they had internal memos being like, yeah, we know Instagram is negatively affecting the self-esteem of women.
It's the filters. And I think there's, in the state of Texas, I don't think you can do face filters on TikTok.
No, you can't. Well, it's the filters. It's also, social media is curated life. Mm-hmm. No one really has the expertise to explain that to their children because I'm assuming your parents are probably a little older than me.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah, my parents are older.
Well, I'd hope so. Like, because
yeah, my mom's 31 years older than me.
Okay, so they're a little, your mom's 10 years older than me. At that, or somewhere around there. I've been drinking math. It's hard. But the point is, we are of a generation where social media was a thing as once we were adults for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
So the navigation of it isn't as prevalent unless you're doing stuff like, what I do for a living. Is like, if you're an adult in Hollywood who does content creation for a living, yeah, you're up on social media. But if you're just like, I have a normal 9-to-5 job, why the fuck would I be up on this?
Right.
How are you supposed to like navigate with your children who are inundated with this shit?
And now it's different with TikTok because everyone's making TikToks. Everyone can be a TikTok star. But yeah, it's very interesting because it's like if you, like I was already depressed as fuck before I got into porn, right? So it's like when people try to say,
this is probably not the best place for you.
That's what people say. And they fucking try and say, oh, porn made me so depressed. It made me have an eating disorder. And it's like, were you having that before?
Right. Well,
what was the timeline? Because if you were already doing that before you created this persona, it can exacerbate it and make it like really fucking bad.
Oh, 100% it can. Fuck.
Anything that, if you have an alcohol problem, if you have a drug problem, like, but you have to know, like, girl, you need to fucking work. You're in your prime, bitch.
So many people lack self-awareness.
Completely. Or they choose to not give a fuck. They're like, woo, I don't care. I'll fuck anyone with $2,000. And you know what? Shout out, girl. And you'll learn.
Or not.
Hopefully.
Otherwise, there'll be some fucking tragedy story, and those happen.
I don't care about being mean to my friends. They say they're doing some dumb shit. I'll be like, the fuck are you doing that for? Why? You don't know how to. Oh, well, I'm not making money on my OnlyFans. Okay, you want to collab? Okay, we'll find other ways. I mean, as much as I don't hook. So I've only escorted one time, and you got to try it once. I had to see what all the fun was about. I didn't find it very fulfilling. I found it very boring, actually.
Can you tell the class the whole story? You opened the can of worms already.
The thing about it is I say no to everything first. Like, I've never had a sugar daddy. I don't care. I'd be a horrible sugar baby. I don't want to fucking talk to you. Direct deposit. We don't need to meet up to get the check,
Some sugar daddies might be super into that.
I don't
do it. If you're not into it, don't do it.
It's just not my thing. I don't find joy in like doing that. So for me, it's like, why would I hook? Like, I'd rather be on a camera set. Like, I like a crowd, man. It's just not my thing.
Have you thought about getting into feature dancing?
A little bit. That's funny that you bring that up.
Well, you just mentioned you want to be in front of a crowd. That is the number one fast track to being in front of a crowd.
I mean, there'll be more people on a cam show, but it's not a real crowd. But yeah, like the performance aspect of it. But
what?
No, so it was
to know you.
it was chill. It wasn't that weird. I just like nothing bad happened to me. Like I made my money and I was chilling.
So like,
but you know what? I
where'd you guys
can't.
meet up? Was it like a fucking fancy restaurant? Like, how?
It was in Vegas. I mean, a normal hotel that I stay at all the time. Like I was like, yeah, just get a room there. Like buy me a room and pay me. Like, and then we can go out to dinner. And I'm super chill and like nice. Like I'm not here to like be anything other than, you know, what I'm here for. You know, like I'm not a extra person that just loves to fucking the theatrics. Granted, do I love theatrics? Yes, but it's not a prevalent thing that's always with me. And I just was like, you know what? I can't shit on it if I haven't done it. You know, like why would you take advice from someone? Like, for example, if someone's in AA, like why would you want someone that's never tasted alcohol ever? Like that doesn't make sense, right? Like you would want someone who has experienced that, right?
Yeah.
No, but you want I feel like when you have that common bond with someone, when they've been through the same experience with you, you can get an understanding of what it's like to actually be there in that moment. And it's like, I can't just be sitting over here being like, that's fucked up and that's gross.
Why would you do that?
If I didn't do it already. So it's like, okay, I'll fucking dip my toes in the water, bitch.
Yeah,
I'll fucking get on your level. You think I'm not hardcore enough? I'll try it, you know?
Where do you take you for dinner?
At some restaurant at the hotel.
Like, he didn't even take you out of the hotel? Like,
no.
That's bullshit. There's some fine dining in fucking Vegas.
Yeah, and the thing about that is, like, I went into it just being like, I grew up around very, very judgmental people. I grew up in a very prevalent LDS community for Mormons, so it's very judgmental, like, when you're growing up around there because...
Do you have magic underwear?
I don't, but I've seen a couple of boys... I've taken a couple of them off. Sorry.
Complete side note. But this is the first podcast post vasectomy for anyone who's paying attention at home. My doctor, his primary practice is in Utah. And when we did the procedure, gave me fucking underwear to wear that was like tighter than the underwear I was wearing. It took everything in my power while he was working on me not to make a magic underwear joke. Everything. I'm like, this guy could.
I believed that shit when I was a kid, though, because they told us, they would tell us stories about how it protected people. And I was like, I fully believed it. But now I'm like a total non-believer, like at all. I'm totally atheist. I don't believe in anything except pure science. Sorry.
That was the most
folks.
Most unenthusiastic atheism.
I have some morals, but I'm not like religious at all.
Well, honestly, in all reality, why would we have our morals set by people who didn't even shit indoors?
I'm so uneducated about anything religion-wise. I just shut an eye to it. I don't want to hear it at all.
The Bible was written by people who didn't shit indoors. Like that's simple.
That's a weird fact. That's a really weird fact. How do you know that? How do they know?
Because indoor plumbing wasn't invented till like the fucking 1800s.
Oh, well, if you're thinking of it like that, I guess.
Yeah.
I thought they were like making a choice.
No. Not religiously. Like, yeah, we don't.
Oh, Dumb Blonde. Welcome to the Dumb Blonde podcast with Blake Blossom, your host.
Fuck, I just got replaced.
But no, so
after all these years.
But I was raised around a lot of judgmental people and had a lot of judgment placed on me as a kid. Like, so it definitely affects how I live my life now. Like, I have a very, very high sense of awareness about like if people don't like me or if I'm doing something wrong. And I think that kind of helps me steer through a lot of the bullshit that happens. But yeah, about the hooking or the escorting thing, whatever you want to call it. Maybe
to say the quiet part out loud.
Maybe, maybe I'll get into it one day. I don't know. Right now, it's not for me. I don't find it fulfilling emotionally. I mean, and that's the thing. It's like, what do I want to do stuff for? Do I want to do it because I emotionally want to do it and I truly want to be there and do it? And that's how I feel about being on every single porn set. I truly want to be there. I truly want to fuck. And I truly want to get that fucking scene where it's like, am I just doing this for money? Am I just here like just battling all my inner demons and I just have to push through it for that fucking check? I'm not going to last another year if I'm going to live like that.
I mean, some people definitely do it out of fucking survival, though, that they have to.
And that's the thing that I'm so grateful for, that I have other avenues, and the way that I've positioned myself in the industry is I've been very, very careful that I don't have to resort to that. And I will fucking I'd rather sell panties all day. You know, I'd rather sell all my lingerie. I'd rather sit on cam for fucking 3 days straight and make, if I need 10 grand, I'll fucking sit on cam till I make 10 grand. To me, that's just what I want to do. And that's what's so important about porn is you can fucking choose to do all this shit, you know? You can choose to do, oh my God, I almost had to flip the table over.
Not almost. She definitely did hit the table. She was very passionate. Almost flipped the table on me. Like,
I know. You can always tell when I'm like getting animated and I'm getting really heated because I'm like, and I start like freaking out and getting the anxiety going. Good thing I'm not drinking.
Oh,
You're cracking this egg open, Matt.
Oh, I almost would pay to see what that would be like. Fuck.
Oh, I had a couple of drinks last night and I was like, woo, girl, we got to stop. I'm going to start telling this girl her outfit's ugly as fuck.
Oh, Jesus.
It was so bad, Matt. Like, oh, girl. What were we talking about?
Oh, we were just talking about your escorting experience and like how it wasn't for you.
Just wasn't my thing. I'd rather be on set. I'd rather have a scene come out. To me, I'd rather have a way, like, 12,000 scenes on my fucking record than 12,000 body count.
Do you have any mainstream ambition? Do you want to like get into like mainstream acting at some point, or?
Well, the interesting thing about that is I like being myself a lot, and I like being my true self and taking the certain parts of my personality, like the very sexual, like little demon that like gets released, I like doing that. I like the fun, little creepy parts of my personality that I can pull out. But I feel like with a lot of the TV acting, if it's not comedy, I feel like I would be a little put off by it. I don't think I'm good enough, to do that yet. Maybe I need to take some acting classes and learn how to memorize some fucking scripts. Oh my God.
Take it till you make it. Fuck, it's Hollywood.
Maybe. But also, I think I've experienced a lot of like pretty girl privilege in my life where I get a lot of things just because of the way I look. And as I know you're going to fucking laugh, but like, that's kind of why I chose porn. Because I was like, I think I look hot. I like having sex. I think I would do better in this industry than trying to bust my balls and be on a fucking TV show.
And be competing with a lot of other pretty girls who have had pretty girl privilege their whole fucking lives.
Yeah. And it's just where you want to take yourself and what you're okay with and what you're not okay with. And I'm okay fucking people on camera. I think it's fun. I think it's funny. I think for the most part, everything about porn that I do, specifically what I do, not just the whole fucking world of porn. Okay, there's a lot of things that I don't agree with. But what I do is it's very curated to what I specifically want to do.
What don't you want to do? Like, what is the, besides the step stuff, which we discussed earlier, what is like, what do you consider like to be fucked up? They're like, nah, that's not for me.
It gets into some weird waters when you start talking about like the violence towards women. Because damn, I love getting fucked hard. Like I love getting my hair pulled. I love getting choked. Like
that's consensual.
Well, I mean,
ideally,
anything can be consensual. I mean, but it's to me is there's a very important aspect about doing the very extreme porn. Like I have friends that, do scat play and piss and puke, and they're still going to be my friends. I don't have to do it, but they're doing it. Oh my God. I just started thinking about something else. Jesus Christ. I lost my train of thought. I started thinking about this other video. Oh my God.
It's okay.
What was I talking about?
Obviously.
I'm getting nervous now.
What are you getting nervous about? What did I do?
Nothing.
Why are you getting nervous? It's okay.
I started thinking about my friends that are doing that. And I just.
Well, at the end of the day, as long as your friends aren't hurting anyone, why would you?
Oh, I know what point I was trying to make. It's the violence towards women. So what you see on Twitter, like Twitter is a very it's an open market. You know, you can put anything on there. I've seen people, you know, horrible terrorist shit from like overseas, you know, like really very, very graphic things. And that's one of the biggest debates about like, oh, porn is glorifying abuse against women. There are some aspects that are. There's some certain websites. And I feel like the websites are going away and they're shifting towards the times where they're realizing like this is not fucking cool anymore. Where it was cool maybe like 5, 6, 7 years ago. Where now it's like, you better fucking follow everything that's on her yes and no list, or there's gonna be some serious lawsuits. But recently there's been a lot of people that post videos of just like slapping, punching, just very like physical violence. No titties out, no pussies out, no one sucking dick. There's not a vibrator strapped. There's no. And if you think of like the artofkink.com, right? Like they are pleasuring you the entire time, even though it looks so hardcore and it sounds crazy. They fucking love it. I've had so many friends shoot for kink and they're like, oh my God, I want to do that like every other week, you know, like I just want to get it in. But then you see the stuff that's like, my friend just got slapped in the next fucking month. How is that porn? And that gets in the mix with, you know, like people sucking dick, and you see a video of someone sucking dick and then someone fucking and then doggy and then, oh, damn, that girl can squirt like crazy. Whoa. And then you see videos of people getting slapped and it's like, that's all considered porn. So that's where I have the kind of like, yeah, I do my type of porn. I do Blake porn. I just don't do anything. But yeah, the violent stuff is really hard to have a gauge, because there are times when I just want to like fucking let loose. And sometimes I do want people to hurt me. I do.
There's nothing wrong with that. Like, no one should kink shame you on that shit. If that's what you fucking want.
Well, then I kink shame my friends because I'm like, bitch, why'd you do that? No. And she's like, because I want to. I like getting marked up. I like it. And I just haven't been explained to enough. I think I was a little uneducated about it. But now that I'm like progressing into like, okay, like now we're going to have sex with multiple guys. Now we're going to be doing anal and you know, the more aggressive things. And I always think like, oh my God, like, are my friends watching this thinking that I'm getting hurt? Or is someone watching this and thinking that this is fucking real? Like, there's a couple websites that I really want to shoot for because I know that my personality and the way that I do blowjobs and, you know, the way that I can get to that hardcore level, it would fucking be great because that's the time and place to fucking do it.
Right.
But I always get very hesitant because I'm always so worried about that looming, you know, judge over here. I'm watching you. I'm going to judge you for everything you're doing. And so I think that's why I've been like very tiptoey about what I've been doing the last 2 years.
You're already damned in the grand scheme.
Condemn me.
Right. Like, fuck other people's judgment. You're still... You know.
You say that, and it's such like an easy thing to say, like, fuck what they think.
Well, but it's also one of those things that like, I am much older than you. So it took... I'm not, at 22, oh no, I was fucking hanging on the words of everybody. Fucking every fucking thing mattered. And hell, I'm 41 now. Even at 41... it takes some self-control sometimes to not try to fight people in the comments on fucking YouTube. It's much easier said than done.
Yeah.
But it is so freeing once you try to practice it, when you're just like, fuck them. They don't fucking matter.
That's what everyone says to me is stop reading the comments, and I can't.
Oh, no.
It's a fucking addiction.
Go ahead and read the fucking comments. But realize, why would you take their opinion if you wouldn't take their fucking advice? You don't know who the fuck this person is. You don't know what their fucking background is. You don't know... what the fuck? This person may not be able to fucking string a sentence together. Why the fuck does their opinion matter?
Exactly.
But it takes time, practice, and conscious effort to get to a point where you don't have just the emotional response to be like, fuck that motherfucker. They're trying to fight me.
Yeah. It more so, the comments don't really like anger me. It's more so that a lot of times they already touch on insecurities that I have. So it's like, God, stop pointing out the crack in the fucking glass, man. Like, just drink out of it. The fuck is wrong with you? And that's what's so horrible about you know, like being a young woman and having money to like go ahead and change yourself. Like I can have red hair tomorrow. I could go get fake tits tomorrow. I could go buy an ass tomorrow.
I mean, I could too. That's not doesn't make you special.
Let me know if you want any shoes. What size are you?
I would wager a lot of money on my feet.
I have a bunch of makeup. I have a bunch of hair stuff.
Are we gonna do a Maslayer makeover?
We could.
I'm totally down for that bonus content. Oh my god. Come on, folks.
I don't mind it if guys wear makeup. I used to be weird about it because I felt like
well,
I just didn't understand it.
You better not be worried about it if you're going to be doing my makeup. Fuck.
Well, we're doing it for fun. It's like people who choose to wear it. I because I grew up around like people who were so like, you know, like bad, hell. I wasn't even in it. I was just around it all the time. But it's very interesting how everything that's happened to me up until I was 18, like really shaped the last like 4.5 years of my life since I've been over 18. It's really interesting.
It's interesting to be like
scary.
It's wild to be like, oh my god, these people are fucking fallible humans who don't know shit either. It's like, oh, all these people who like act like they know fucking everything don't know shit at all. They don't. They don't have the life experiences to. Not everyone can experience fucking everything.
I know, but the way that I view it is like what we're talking about, like who's watching my porn, who's buying it. And I always want to, I keep my customers very, very in the back of my mind all the time. So I'm worried that if I shift from what I've been doing for the last 2 years, that it's going to be, you know, like I'm not going to have any fans anymore. Like if I got a tattoo, oh my fucking God, Matt. Oh my God.
But like at the end of the day,
it'd be a problem for my fans. They would take it fucking personal.
Guess what? They may have to get over it. At the end of the day, it's your life. Do something for you.
I don't know. I sometimes I like doing stuff for other people. But what am I people? Does that mean I'm a people pleaser?
Possibly.
Oh.
But if you do something for you, what's to say that you won't gain newer fans, more fans?
Mm-hmm.
Because just because the old fans fell off doesn't mean the new fans won't come and droves like, oh my God, that tattoo's so fucking hot or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or like so fucking hot as a redhead. Like who fucking knows? If it's going to make you happy, what stops you from experimenting with it? Because in most of those cases, you can go back.
And that's something that I think about all the time about what I want to do moving forward. Because it's like, all right, I'm 2.5 years in.
Which is
I already have I have 3 awards. Like what else can I fucking
ooh la la, she's got 3 awards. Ooh la la. Sorry.
Yeah, because it's truly it's like this was like my end goal was to get awards. That was kind of like, okay, I'll get an award and then I'll be done. And now it's like, oh wow.
Fuck, I'm used to this.
That was a little quick. And now like what do I do? You know, because I just had assumed that it takes much longer.
I mean, sometimes
to get those things.
Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. Like that's the fucking nature of the beast.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you can be grinding this shit out for 5-6 years
mm-hmm.
and never get any recognition. Sometimes you can be in it for fucking 6 months and be like, you are the hottest new thing on the fucking planet. It all depends on how the fans engage with you, how fucking people who do the booking, marketing decide like, oh shit, this is, you know.
But do you understand like why I'm so paranoid about every fucking thing and I read every comment? Because if it's like one switch of opinion, I mean, I could be canceled. And that's what's also really horrible about social media.
I'm really sorry that you came on this
cancel
podcast.
Culture.
This is what's going to
cancel me, bitch. I don't give a fuck. I'm already sucking dick on the internet. I can't get a corporate job.
You are? Oh my God. I had no idea. You're sucking dick on...
Where? What's the link? Sauce? Anyone on Reddit knows what sauce is. Reddit's really bad too.
Oh, Reddit's the fucking worst.
And oh my God, Matt, in the beginning, I was so fucking aggressive with my fans. I was like, go fuck yourself, you fucking fat loser pig. Like, you're sitting in your mom's fucking basement, typing out your little credit card numbers into buying my porn.
Was that you projecting your own insecurity on them? Oh, sorry for the...
I don't know.
Oh, whoa. What kind of questions are you asking here, motherfucker? What?
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
Put that cup down.
Fucking asking real shit. Fuck, this is not what I signed up for.
I forgot what we were talking about.
Well, apparently we're coming back from my fucking camera shutting down because I decided that I had to shoot Blake in 4K.
I'm too hot. I broke the camera. Oh my God.
Now that we've gotten her back down to regular HD. She's like, interview over. She's got to flip the table. She's out. I mean, she's from Arizona. She may have like 5 guns on her.
They call me gunslinger. With the big iron on my hip.
The fucking cowboy over here.
I love that song. I just released a bunch of Western stuff.
Are you into country?
No. But I grew up in Arizona, so I feel better when I'm like in dry heat. I hate humidity. Ooh, it just opens up my pores. Ew.
Ew, pores.
Yeah.
Those.
Wet pores.
So
No.
why haven't you made the transition to fucking fully moving to LA or Vegas or?
Oh my God. Hi, I'd like a venti pistachio latte, 1 extra pump of pistachio cream. I'd like a vanilla cold foam float and a cinnamon drizzle.
Like, stop, you're turning me on. That's so hot.
I'm really sorry. I just have a question. Is your salmon farm raised or wild caught? I'm pretty much already living in LA. Can you tell? Yeah, you just hop onto the 405, get onto the 101. Oh my God, you just hop onto the 405 and then you just get on the 101, just get off on Sepulveda, head up on down.
I didn't realize I was just about to unleash like all the Angelino bits that Blake has.
Whoa, what? I love Saturday Night Live.
Jesus Christ. Wow.
See, so like when we're talking about like stuff I would want to do, I would want to do fucking Saturday Night Live.
Why don't you?
Oh my God, I'd probably fuck everyone on set.
Well, that's one way to make it on SNL.
Hey. Ooh. But I really like the old Bill Hader stuff. I loved his Stefan stuff. The New York club behind a dumpster next to 5 rats wearing party hats. It's called Birthday Cake. I love it. He was always the best. And do you like Jimmy Fallon?
Fallon's all right.
You know what's funny? He's always like, yeah, that's crazy, man. You know, he's always like doing like that super fake laugh. But if you watch his SNL stuff, he's so good. He's like one of the best ones on there, beside Will Ferrell.
That is whole other fucking seasons there. That's like a decade apart from each other. Fuck.
Well, I guess I like watching a lot of the compilations, and the holiday ones are always really big. So, but like it would be so fun if I like did some type of like comedy sketch with like Amy Poehler or like Rachel Dratch.
Well, I mean,
oh my God.
Not with necessarily with them, but what's stopping you from just doing comedy sketches on your own?
Well, there's a couple things of like ideas that I wanted to do that are more like satire, and they're kind of like making fun of stuff in porn.
Then what's stopping you from doing it?
Judgment of other people. I just get so scared. I don't know why. I know, right? I get so scared to be like doing comedy.
You're like, and oh my God, I'm going to try to do something funny. Hey, this is what my
I'd rather pull my tits out.
Like, people can identify my butthole from the moon.
They probably could.
But heaven forbid you do something that makes people fucking laugh. I hate to break it to you, but I've been on air with you for about an hour and a half at this point. You're fucking funny.
Thank you.
Like the whole point where you were like, I don't want to do these. I'm like, you should probably be fucking podcasting is honestly what you should be doing.
Maybe.
I don't say that to fucking everybody. Like I'm not just saying that to say that. Like I don't say that to fucking everybody.
I think I would really like it if I could provoke someone.
Into what?
Like getting someone and I would like know some shit about them. I'm like, so what's going on with Mr. So-and-so? You know, like where it's like that real life, like, bitch, oh my God, this guy, you know, where it's like really friend to friend. But I feel like you can't put a lot of that stuff on podcasts because we're name dropping, you know, we're talking about.
Well, see, that's the art of podcast storytelling is tell the story, but don't name names. You sell the story.
But it's funnier with the names sometimes because you're like, oh my God.
It is to the parties involved. But at the end of the day, for the audience, unless they specifically know who that person is, like saying Chester Bennington's son matters because people know who Chester Bennington is. But if you're like, I fucked this rock star's son, it almost has the same impact.
Mm-hmm.
It's the situation that's the funny part, not necessarily the parties involved, unless that party is someone the audience can fucking relate to.
Yeah. Maybe I would do a podcast. I would need a manager to help me because I'm all over the fucking place.
You don't say. You don't fucking say.
I used to have an assistant.
They buried in the desert somewhere? What happened to them?
I used to have an assistant. That would be, let me write that down. That's actually a really good idea for something.
Once again, recording.
That's okay. Let me
I'm not gonna ever watch this again.
I have some funny stuff in my notes. Fuck, what did I just say? I totally forgot.
About an assistant that you murdered?
I used to. Like, you know those writing prompts that you would do like for creative writing, and it would be like,
no, Blake, I'm illiterate.
But you know how they would do that? They would give you a prompt and then you'd have to come up with the story. I always really liked those ones. But about comedy in general, I think I'm a funny person, but I don't think that everyone would like my comedy.
Who cares? At the end of the day.
I guess that's the point, right?
Do it for you.
I get so in my head. And, you know, I feel like because I kind of live as like two people, there's like the side of me as Blake that's like, fuck yeah, I'm going to do all this crazy shit. And I'm going to get super famous and yeah. And then there's like me. It's me. And I'm like, girl, would you be doing this if you weren't motivated by money?
Would anyone be doing most things if they weren't motivated by money? Do people fucking pick up other people's trash if they weren't motivated by money? There's nothing wrong with being motivated by fucking money.
Well, I try to not have every aspect be like that.
Well, la-di-da, Miss Fancy Pants. I'm financially stable. I don't have to motivate everything by money.
I did tell you I was having problems with the IRS earlier. So
things should be more motivated by money. You got to pay that fucking bill.
I did pay. They said I didn't. That's what I'm dealing with.
Wait, you don't have a receipt of the payment?
So that's what is very interesting is that I did the direct pay on April 18th at like 12 in the afternoon. Got my confirmation code from the government, and I get a letter and it says you did not pay, and then you owe another like $2,000-$3,000 on top of it for an interest. And I was like, whoa, okay, well this just got real. But imagine if I like didn't pay my taxes for like 3 years.
Oh, I know some performers that happened to. Because that is the sad part about pornography. There is no one being like, hey, all this massive money, 18-year-old girl who is probably never...
Maybe you should save it.
Right. Probably don't need to buy that fucking Mercedes.
What? And that's why I was telling you is that I even though that I like to live this grandiose lifestyle and go to LA and buy Balenciaga and go to Vegas and fuck guys for money. It's
just
like
just
a one time. But at least I'm honest about it. You know, I could lie and pretend that, you know, I would never do that. And
Well, and that is such a wild thing to me. Not that you escorting. So when I first got into the industry, there was a lot of people that were escorting. Like, it's tale as old as fucking time.
Yeah.
But it was so fucking, frowned upon. People would not admit to their friends that they were escorting. And that's been a wild change in the industry in my time in. The fact that like people are much more open about it. Like,
dude, they put it as their Twitter name, touring in New York.
Right.
July 3rd through July 27th. Email me, fill out my Google Forms document.
Right. But seriously, when I got in 10 years ago, people would not even tell their close, like real life close friends that both of them would be escorting and they wouldn't tell each other because there was such shame attached to it.
Now they're like, girl, we got a thing on Friday, 8:00. Come with me.
Oh yeah. Now there's like whole fucking support groups. I'm like,
yeah. And I'm kind of glad it's changing because it makes it safer. And that's that's like my main concern is like that they're not being safe. But the main thing that really triggers me about people who escort is that A, are you really requiring everyone to test, or are you just using condoms? Because guess what? If I test every 14 days, right? Say I'm working every single day of those 14 weeks. Okay, day 1, I could fuck someone who just fucked 20 people that weekend and get an STD. Well, guess what? 13, 12, 11, it goes down the line and it just spreads it. And now it's like, now I'm spreading this to 13 other people. And then I have to go and make the phone call. Hey, this is Blake. I just wanted to have a conversation with you. But guess what? I'm the type of person that's going to fucking call you and say, hey, I popped. I got a dirty test, man. Because at the end of the day, why, if it was really serious, I would want someone to call me. I would want someone to call me and be like, hey, I don't know what happened. You don't have to tell me what the fuck you were doing. You know, I don't know what happened, girl.
People have sex lives off camera.
Yeah. And you know what's really sad? I've had friends that are like, dude, I like, how do you deal with STDs? My boyfriend cheated on me and I got an STD. Like, how do you deal with it? And I'm like, girl, holy shit. I don't even know what I would do if I had a boyfriend and I got chlamydia from a boyfriend, you know? Like, well, how would you feel about that rather than getting chlamydia from someone on set?
I mean, it depends on the situation. Like, I definitely got chlamydia from a civilian partner a couple of years back.
Because of cheating?
No, because it was an open thing. So it was just like,
I'm not very educated on open relationships. It's very confusing to me.
No, it was a non-monogamous thing. I was not.
Okay.
This has been discussed on the show so many fucking times. Sorry for any future partners who ever watched my content. Be like, Jesus Christ, Matt, you had chlamydia once. You talk about it for fucking 6 years.
6 years?
Yeah, the show.
It was traumatic for you, huh?
No, and the show's been going on for 6 years, though, and I got chlamydia from her in 2015.
Okay. It's what caused you to do this, right?
Yes,
it was a life-changing moment.
No.
The reason I started this podcast is because I got chlamydia.
It super wasn't. Like, honestly, as I've said multiple times on the show, the only thing I was upset about in the whole situation is that she took zero ownership in the situation. I fucking popped dirty. I hit her up because she was the last person I fucked. I'm like, yo, you need to get tested.
Mm-hmm. Out of concern.
Right. And we weren't even seeing each other at that point. Like, she was upset with some of my behavior, and we had stopped seeing each other at that point.
Okay.
Mostly because I had moved my ex-girlfriend into my house, and like, yeah, that was a whole lot of, woo. It was a non-monogamous thing, so I didn't think I needed to owe her, like,
hey, if there's no rules, there's no fucking rules.
There's no fucking rules. And her response was, oh, you obviously got blackout drunk and fucked somebody else because I came back clean. Though she did claim I had just done a round of antibiotics for a lung infection. Like, that's how antibiotics work. They kill back.
And you know what's really sad, Matt, is like when you get into porn, there is no book that says, hey, at least when I signed my contract with my agency, it was required that I had to read like a 4-page thing about eating disorders. I was glad that was in there because you start being on camera all the time and you start doing weird ass shit and you're around other people that start doing some weird ass shit.
And once again, once we were talking about earlier, the comments, as you know, if you were a little self-conscious about a little bit of pudge or whatever, like,
I love your belly, Blake.
Once again,
girl,
I'm
deceased.
I'm here in real life with Blake. There is no belly.
Thank you. I see, and this is what's fucked up. I don't believe you.
Cool.
I'm sick. I'm sick in the head.
Cool. You don't have to believe me. I'm not here to sell you on it. I'm just stating my opinion.
Hopefully one day someone will say it to me and it'll stick.
Hopefully. If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. But IRL, there is no belly. So
stop commenting. Stop it.
I, on the other hand, have a huge gut. But it's okay. Every time someone like tries to like fat shame me, I'm like, motherfucker, I see myself naked all the time. Like, I know. That's another thing that's in porn is that's very big too. That's very big too is fat shaming. And it's like, why would I want to fat shame you when people fat shame me? I mean, it could be your kink. Yeah, my kink is what I get bullied about. Thank you. My kink is being bullied. It's probably a kink. Oh, it's definitely a kink for some people. Yeah. There are really people fat shaming you? Holy shit. If you go on my adult DVD talk page and you look at, so I think it's about like 22 pages now, which is pretty big. Yeah, for 2.5 years in, that's pretty fucking big. It's a lot of things on there. And so I was a moderator on there.
And I messaged them and was like, can you please delete my comments of what I was saying to people? Because there was also speculation that I had my boobs done. And I was like, what? How? Like, you look at someone who has fake boobs. Even if they look natural, you just know. So that got in my
the jobs. So like
that got in my head a little bit.
I mean, there are definitely some people that don't necessarily get like implants, but they like get fat transfers.
Well, that's like a new thing, but like guys don't know like that. But I haven't done anything like that.
Oh my God, I'm not a guy anymore. Fuck.
Like normal guys, they look at like natural makeup and they're like, she's not wearing any makeup. And it's like, she's got a full fucking lash. She's got on bronzer, highlight. She's got a fucking wash of color in her crease.
At what age did you realize my gender's idiots? At what age did you realize dudes are dumb?
Oh, I'm still learning.
You don't realize we're fucking idiots?
I don't think all men are idiots. I don't have that like I hate men mentality.
Oh, no. I am a dude. I recognize we are fucking dumb.
I think they just choose to not know.
It's not even a choose to not know. It's a combination of ego, society, and a whole bunch of things. But it makes us fucking dumb in a lot of things. Like
about like periods. I would say guys are like, periods are like the number one thing where they're like, so what happens? Like you just bleed out of there? And I'm like, no, it's like my uterus, like it sheds. What do you mean it sheds? Or they're like, they don't know the anatomy and they're like, what's a labia?
There's two of them. There's a labia majora and a labia minora. I mean, yeah. Anyone who can identify where your clit is, you should not fuck.
It's been a while. I try to only fuck on camera.
That's sad. That's sad. Like,
no, I disagree.
Okay, well, we can definitely disagree. It's your sex life. I think it's sad because like you should have off-camera sex that's fucking intimate with someone you actually give a fuck about. In my opinion, if you're happy with what you're doing, fucking keep doing what you do. But at the end of the day, porn sex isn't fucking real. It's acting. It's the people you have sex with on camera are there to make you look aesthetically pleasing on camera. It's not necessarily about intimacy or having a good time or any of that shit. So no, I think you should have some off-camera sex with someone you actually enjoy having time with.
I don't know. I think I kind of got used to like, I like filming. I like fucking in front of a camera. I don't know what it is. I think it's just the knowledge of like someone else is going to see what's going on right now. Even if I'm like fucking someone like for my OnlyFans and it's just a regular clip, I look at the camera a lot of the time. A lot of the time you watch my scenes, there's only a few people that I really like mac on, like really kiss, look into. But for the most part, like my head is positioned to where the camera can see my face. Every fucking orgasm, regardless of it's real or fake, you bet your ass my face is gonna be right there in the fucking camera. I'm not looking at bro over here. I'm looking at the fan. They're the camera. I just always assume
you're making love to the camera. I get it.
I just like it. I think I started becoming that way because I removed that out of my life. I was like, I don't want to fuck anyone off camera. Y'all are liars.
Why not?
My feelings are getting hurt because they lie to me. And the problem with fucking people in porn is that they're fucking other people in porn.
Well, don't necessarily fuck people in porn then.
Okay, let me tell you a story. I had a secret boyfriend for like less than 90 days last year, okay? I go to the club with my agent at the time, Ryan. We go to the club. I've been recognized at this club multiple times.
Wait. What kind of club? Is this a strip club? This is a dance club? What kind of club?
It's like a bar club, but they have a pool.
It's a day
club. At
club.
Maya in Scottsdale, Arizona, Old Town. Fuck, I'll tell you where it's at. Maya. I get recognized at Maya a lot. Free promo, bitch. Maya, let me know. So I've been recognized there a couple times. I have a couple friends who work as bouncers among like all the clubs. Oh my God, I started thinking about something else. Fuck, what was I talking about, Matt?
Your secret boyfriend.
Okay, so we were at the club. Everything was chill. I see someone that I knew from my nannying days. And I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like someone knows the real me here, because I go out as Blake all the time. Like,
as you should. You're a fucking personality.
Right. So I was with Chloe Temple and Ryan and with some other people. And this group of guys was like next to us. And one of the guys comes over to Ryan and is like, hey, bro, is that Blake Blossom? Oh my God. So Ryan's like, yeah, you want to talk to her? Like, yeah, she'll talk to you. She's super chill. I'll talk to you. Just be nice. Don't be fucking creepy being like, hey, baby, what? You know, like that like creepy little vibe. So he came over, he was talking to me. And so the little friend group he was with, it wasn't the guy I was talking to, it was another guy in the friend group. So I'm talking to this guy. We're all chill. He kind of gets boring to talk to. So I'm like, okay, yeah, have a good night. And I go sit down on the couch next to this guy in a mustache. Guess what I said? So, what's the story with the mustache? And honestly, in my head, I was like, this is a porno, like, intro. Like, oh, so what's with the mustache? And so I introduced myself as Blake Blossom, right? I didn't introduce myself as me. I'm just, hi, I'm Blake Blossom. And he's like, oh, yeah, like, what
Did you do full name?
Yeah. I always say my full name.
On one hand, proud of you on that, because, like, fucking 10 plus years of being Matt Slayer, I still have problems being like, hi, I'm Matt Slayer. Like,
really?
Yeah, I'm just like, hey, I'm Matt. Like, it's so proud of you on that, but it's also like, because in the back of my head, I feel like, oh, do I really? Oh, full name. But continue.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I guess. I just always say I'm Blake Blossom.
No.
Like everyone's like, if I'm saying someone's name, like for example, like I won't say just Chloe. I'll say like Chloe Temple, so you know exactly who I'm talking about. Like I don't just say Blake.
No. I totally get it. I totally get it.
You better.
It's my fucking issue, not yours. I'm proud of you be like 2.5 years in. Stage name, full
but
name,
I fucking introduced myself as Blake Blossom, and I think that was like the initial like, why the fuck would I do that? But so he wasn't like really giving me like a lot of like, he didn't know who I was. He doesn't really watch porn because I asked him, I was like, yeah, you like watch a lot of porn? Like I'm an adult film. He was like, no, not really. He tells me like what he does for work, and we kind of get along a little bit. And so I'm like, yeah, let me get your number. I asked him for his number.
Good on you.
Okay, I like being aggressive towards guys. So he went. I like being forward. I'll say forward. Maybe forward is a better word.
I mean, you've said both. It's still being recorded.
Both. Forward and or aggressive. And so we go out to we go like get breakfast, and I kiss him in the car, and everything's fine. But, this is where my immaturity comes out. I was like, I want to go through his phone. I love going through people's phones. If I start talking to them, you bet your ass I'm going to go through your phone.
Why? Why would you do that?
I don't know. I don't know why I like doing that. I just really, I find
trust issues, or why?
Maybe. Even if I find something in there that's like damning, like I might not say anything. I might sit on it for a while.
It's fucked up.
You think so?
Definitely. I wouldn't have said it's fucked up if I didn't think it was fucked up.
I've done it multiple times.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
And some people I've never told that I've gone through their phone.
Yeah, that's wildly fucked up.
And I know what to look for too.
What are you looking for?
Well, sometimes it's the notes app. Sometimes it's voice memos. Sometimes if I really deep diving. I would say when I used to have like a super crazy ex-boyfriend, like I would go through his fucking email. But I found exactly what I was looking for in the email because I needed evidence. But so I went through his phone, and I found that he was like texting another girl that he worked with, like, oh, I love you, all this shit. And I just realized, why am I giving the time of day to anyone that is messaging someone, I love you? Why am I even in the picture?
I agree, but it's a super fucked up way to go about it.
He would have never fucking told me ever. And maybe I like exposing secrets. Maybe I like to really like pull those fucking truths out of them, like I'm yanking teeth out, But I just feel like a lot of people have really dark, deep secrets, and I'm very open. Like if you ask me something, for the most part, I'll kind of open up and tell you.
I
admitted I had a fucking rhinoplasty. I was trying to keep that shit secret for like a year, but now I'm like, I'm probably gonna get another one, so you guys are gonna notice.
At the end of the day, you've admitted to escorting rhinoplasty. Like, you are an open book.
In the state of Arizona, it's against its prostitution law to be paid for pornographic film.
Oh, yeah, no. It's against the law everywhere but California and New Hampshire.
I only know Arizona. Well, in Nye County, isn't it illegal in Nye County?
Nye County, prostitution is legal in brothels.
Mm.
Brothel law is completely different than porn law.
Interesting.
This is something that has been touched on multiple times in the show. But at the end of the day, New Hampshire legally has it on the books that pornography is legal. California has it on the books, it being legal by a state Supreme Court ruling.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere else, it is illegal. Nevada has a ruling from their state Supreme Court that says because of California's ruling, they are not going to enforce. Everywhere else, it is technically illegal to make porn. Because even if you are not doing prostitution, if you are just producing porn, like if I'm just like shooting camera, fucking producing it, I'm violating pandering laws. But we definitely got sidetracked on you and civilian dudes.
This is not good. This is not good. Can you really get in trouble for saying stuff on the internet like this?
Yes and no. At the end of the day, if investigators were competent and we were not allegedly talking about hypothetical situations, which we're not talking about real things. This is a comedy show. We're talking about hypotheticals. You would have to prove that
I could be a fucking liar.
Exactly. You could be telling a story. You could be lying, telling a story. None of this necessarily is fucking true, real, proof, time and date. Like, I didn't go, Blake, so that escorting gig, it happened at this date, which hotel? Like, it is, the burden of proof is on law enforcement to prove that you are guilty beyond a reasonable doubt when you are committing a crime. They'd have to produce the evidence.
I have a really good attorney, so.
I mean, with what you have provided during this podcast, you won't even have to, you could get off with a public defender, be like, yo, bro, when did this happen? What hotel did it happen? So it happened somewhere in Clark County, Nevada. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
See, this is the part of that like 2-person mentality where it's like, as Blake, I want to say so much.
Say it.
And then I'm like, fuck, I might get in trouble for saying stuff. But whatever. Going back to the boyfriend. So,
I love that we briefly dived into porn law and then you're like, oh yeah, and the boyfriend.
Oh my God. So the problem wasn't that he was saying, I love you to this bitch in the phone. He shaved off his mustache. And that's when I kind of was like, I don't think I like you anymore.
So I gotta know, how fresh into a relationship do you start going through people's phones?
That was like, it was kind of near the end. So it was like 2 months in.
So,
but I will say that if I'm giving you lots of opportunity and space to be open and honest and talk about stuff, and you're choosing to clam up on me, and you're choosing to be very selective about what type of information you're telling me, I'm going to know. I can tell, like, if we're having a story with someone and we're talking, and I can tell when they, like, leave certain parts out because they either, maybe they
lies
take,
through omission.
Yeah. But the thing about him is that he also confronted me about going through his phone. I don't know how he knew that I went through his phone because I didn't really mess with anything and I only went through apps that were already open. So.
Well, you gone fucked up? You fucked up somewhere?
Yeah. I guess I never really thought about how he found out. I don't know. But the whole thing about that situation, like, I will say this, like, I am a fucking great girlfriend. Like, I was calling him, FaceTiming him every day, like letting him, I wasn't like sharing like details of like, oh yeah, I fucking came like 9 times today during this cuck scene. It wasn't like I was doing that.
Like anyone who's actually dating a performer should be okay with hearing that noise.
Yeah.
Because
then you like start like not saying anything and you like feel bad that you're like, you want to say, oh, I had an awesome day doing this. And that person, like, you're going to be like, oh my God, they're going to think that, you know.
At the end of the day, like, if you come home and you're dating a performer and she, like, how was your day on set? Like, oh, it was blah, blah, whatever happened. Like, yo, let me draw you an Epsom salt bath. Like, that's how it should be. Like,
I've never had anyone make me a bath. I've never had any really good boyfriends, honestly.
You got time?
Oh my God. That like already makes me like so stressed out. Like thinking about someone like being at my house, like making a bath for me. I'd be like, fuck.
I'm not saying they break in and draw you a bath.
No, just like the idea of like someone being in my life like that close to me that they would like want to draw me a bath. Like that kind of freaks me out a little bit. And I think that was like part of the reason why I gravitated away from him is because I just felt like I was telling him too much about myself and like too much about like my experiences. And then like
it wasn't reciprocal. Like
no. And that's another thing that I was like, okay, well, I'm telling you all this stuff about like my childhood and funny experiences and kind of traumatic experiences that have happened to me. And you're just being like, oh my God, that's so funny.
Well, that's fucked.
Like, what the fuck is that? But like, so I was filming in Vegas and I said, oh my God, you have the weekend off. You have like 4 days off. So I'll just, if you want to come out to Vegas, like I'll get a room and like we'll have a great time and blah, blah, blah. So I ended up buying him a ticket out, but the flight that I wanted him to come on, all the tickets left were first class. So I was like, okay, I'll just buy him a first class ticket. Like I put it on my card. I get points anyways for it. So I'm like, this is just going to go into an expense. And so I flew him out to Vegas, fucking there and back flight from Arizona. And he almost missed the flight too. I was so fucking pissed. I was like, you better get on that motherfucking plane.
It's a 5-hour drive. He should have just drove up from fucking Phoenix.
Well, he had some issues with his truck, but I'm getting to the point that like this is all boiling down to and it's all about money. So he stayed at me. We were at one of the hotels that I've never stayed there before. So he flew, took an Uber. We met. We were fucking showed him the room. I got a really nice room. Because I stay in Vegas all the time. So I'm like, I want a nice room. Like, I'm not going to be staying and looking at the goddamn parking lot. Like, I want to have a nice view. I go to Vegas all the time, Matt. Why would I want to look at a parking garage? And so we go to a couple different restaurants that are like really nice, right? Like we go to the restaurants in the Wynn and the Encore. Most of those in there are pretty nice.
Fancy pants.
Fucking fancy pants. I took him to like STK for a brunch and they had like a live saxophone player that day. And like, I didn't fucking plan the saxophone player, but I was like, damn, they knew I was coming. They brought the saxophone. But the problem about that trip is that not once did I say, do you want to split it? Do you want to you want to pay for this one? No, because it's my trip. I invited you on it. I'm paying for it. And he can't afford a $250 dinner at Barstow or whatever the fuck we were at. Like, he can't afford that. So it's like, am I putting him in a situation to fail? And that's why I was like, I don't give a fuck, because I'm not staying at a fucking Holiday Inn. I'm not going to fucking Chipotle every day. I'm not going and fucking shopping at these stores that's not my vibe. It's not my lifestyle. And that's what I had to realize, because I took him to the Versace store and granted, I don't have a lot of designer things. Like, I have a couple Balenciaga shoes and I have a couple Judith Lieber bags.
That is a bunch more than me.
But it's not like I'm walking around in Versace and Gucci tracksuits and wearing, Cartier bracelets and wearing Rolexes and, doing that type of stuff. So I love fragrance. So we were looking at the men's fragrance. I was looking at all the fun, cool bags that they had in the store. I just like appreciating the fashion. When the fuck am I going to wear a fucking clutch that's like $5,000? That's like...
Wherever you fucking want to.
I don't know. I don't go out to clubs and I do anything like that. So for me, until I get to the point when I need designer clothes, then I'll buy them. But it was a fucking struggle. I'm like, this is a fucking eau de toilette, like little fucking mini sample size. It's $100. Please let me buy it for you. Eros Flame. Like, really? I'd love to buy you a gift. Thank you so much for coming to Vegas with me and having a wonderful weekend. I had so much fun. Could not fucking accept it. And what the point that I got...
did it fucking bruise his ego or some shit?
Maybe, but I don't do it in a way that's like, oh, well, I'm paying for everything. Like, I genuinely want to pay. Like, I genuinely would rather have a good time and go to places that I want to fucking go to than be like, oh, you can only afford a $90 dinner. I'm not going to have a good time, because if it's my idea and I'm like, I want to go to this restaurant and get this fucking crab salad or whatever the fuck, we're going to go get the crab salad and I'm going to have a good night. Because if I'm sitting over here feeling like I'm not enjoying what's going on, you're going to have a sassy Blake and I'm not going to suck your dick. But it was, Matt, it was so interesting, because then we go to the Tom Ford store, and I have a lot of Tom Ford makeup. I have a lot of the Tom Ford perfume, a lot of the candles. And I visually saw how uncomfortable he was being in that store and being around me. He was genuinely really uncomfortable. And that's when I kind of knew. I was like, this isn't going to work. I'm not even buying anything. We're walking around the store and he's like visibly so uncomfortable. And I was just like, this isn't going to work.
Unfortunately, because of, how a lot of dudes are raised, it's an uncomfortable situation where like, their partner is a fucking better bread earner than they are. Like we as dudes are expected, we must provide. And like, oh shit, you make fucking 5-10 times what I fucking do. What do I do here? Like, bro, you sit back and you enjoy it. Like, someone who is the object of thousands of people's fucking orgasms, their object of all their lust, wants to fucking be with you and wants to spend their hard-earned money on you, you fucking go, hell yeah. Holy fuck, how did I get so lucky? I won the fucking lottery here. And
I felt that he was very unappreciative. And it's not like I was looking for him to say thank you and beg.
But you should be. But at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck if you were spending 30 cents on me on a Hallmark card or thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars on a fucking dinner.
Yeah.
You should be appreciative of the fucking effort.
Yeah. And I just realized, I was like, this is, and then he confronted me about going through his phone. And then I was like, this is fucking over with. And then I accidentally like FaceTimed him a couple times.
Accidentally.
No, like, so I have multiple phones. So I hold like my 2 or 3 phones at a time. And so I had set him as like an emergency contact on my phone because he's in emergency medicine. And so it fucking called him because I was like clicking the side and it was at an awards show that I got a fucking award at. And I was like, damn. And then you know what I did? I sent him a picture of that fucking award I got. And I said, you punk ass bitch. No, I didn't say that. I was like,
You thought it.
I said, yeah, I got this award tonight, by the way. For all my hard work.
So you picked the wrong dude. At the end of the day, you picked the wrong dude. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't fucking get back on that fucking horse.
I saw what my problems were. I should not be introducing. But that's the thing. It's like, how do I know when to introduce myself as Blake and when to introduce myself as me? How? Because I don't want to tell people my real name, but it develops a sense of a false relationship because it's not me. Like, do you want to date Blake Blossom? Because that girl's a fucking, like, she'll fuck everyone, you know? She's busy. She's on the go. She's out in Vegas. She's out in LA. She's out in Miami. She's out doing shit, you know? And then there's me where it's like, oh, well, wow, she's a businesswoman and she's doing all this stuff and yada, yada, yada.
You have to decide time and place. I mean, at the end of the day, time and fucking place. But you shouldn't just cut your fucking self off because you had a couple bad experiences.
I know. Also, I should not be going through people's phone. I admit I should not be going through people's phone. And I don't go through everyone's phone. I will say that. Like, if I have talked to you in the past, like, don't assume that I've been through your phone. There's some people that I don't even
fucking would at this point.
That I don't even bother going through their phone.
Wow, you don't even rank going through your phone. Fuck. Wow, bro. Like, she doesn't even feel like you're worth going through your phone over.
Yeah.
That's true.
But what was the takeaway that I learned from that was it's not the right time and place for me to be having someone in my life that doesn't really help me with my work because my work is 90% of my life. So it's like, if you're not going to be helping me take pictures or you're not going to be cool, like helping me film a solo, or you're not going to be cool, like looking at, hey, is this trailer okay? Like, does this look okay? Like, if you were to watch it, would you want to buy this video? Like, that's the kind of person that I would feel most comfortable with, is someone that's comfortable with the fact that I'm in porn.
You should. As I don't give a fuck if you're doing porn, comedy, whatever. You want your fucking partner to give you honest fucking feedback on the content you fucking create. Like, heaven fucking forbid I get in a relationship with someone who would like, yo, what do you think of the show? And then like, fucking silence. That ain't gonna fucking work. Like, you need to tell me what the fuck you think of what the fuck I do. Do you know how much fucking time, effort, energy I put into this shit? Like,
yeah,
I need to know. I don't give a fuck if you respect me or not, but I need your honest feedback.
Yeah, and that's what's very hard about deciphering relationships because porn skews. So say that I started talking to a performer, right? And we hit it off, everything's great. Well, what if we don't? Then there becomes that like awkward professional thing where it's like, fuck, well, now I can't fuck you for scenes because you hate me, you know? So it's very tedious. I would say tedious to like really kind of understand what the goal is of like, why do you want to talk to me? I think that's what I need to figure out more is like, if you want to talk to me, if someone like does start trying to talk to me and like build a relationship, I think I should ask like why more.
I don't know. I mean, yes, you should find out.
You're like, maybe, I don't know, girl.
No, you definitely should find out like what people's motivations are. But like, oh, hey, I saw your scene and I think you're hot is not necessarily what you should build a relationship on.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, the human condition is like, oh, you're hot is generally the opener of why you try to find out more. Like, there are probably some amazing uggos out there. I'm not trying to find out.
Harsh truths you're spitting. Oh my God.
Like at the end of it, it's like, oh Jesus, I have award shows I have to go to. I can't have you on my arm. Like, you could be fucking amazing, but. And
then goes back to the judgment of other people being like, why are you fucking that guy?
And that's also
it's very complicated in general. Relationships and doing porn is very complicated because you think everyone's your boyfriend for a couple hours and then you're like, oh, bye.
Well, porn and relationships has always been super complicated because at the end of the day, like trying to find someone who actually understands what you do for a living is hard as fuck in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to find someone who condones what you do for a living if they actually understand it.
Yeah.
And then you have to find someone who's not going to cause a bunch of fucking drama or fucking negatively impact your fucking profession over it.
Yeah, or they could dox me if they find my real name, if they have pictures of my IDs, if they know where I live. Like, there's serious repercussions to like dating someone.
If you ever get an inkling that like someone you're involved with is going to dox you, run. Like, holy fuck, that is the worst thing I ever fucking heard. Like, I've seen some messy breakups, but the idea of like someone's gonna fucking dox you because like, oh my God, we're not in love anymore. Like, that is the fucking worst thing I've ever fucking heard.
Yeah, that's the paranoia I live with. Even if someone's my friend and you come to my house, now you know where I live. If I tell you my name, we got fucking problems.
Do we have problems? You know where I live.
No, but I'm just saying.
Well, how can I trust you, Blake? How can I trust you now? You should put it out in the fucking world. How can I fucking trust you?
I live in paranoia that every second someone's going to try and fucking cancel me or get me. I don't know. I live a paranoid life.
I live a paranoid life too, but also like I also hope that I'm famous enough to be canceled.
You would want to be canceled?
They can come for me.
Oh my God.
Because at the end of the day, what I do for a fucking profession, unless I get to InfoWars Alex Jones fucking getting kicked off iTunes level, you can't stop what I do for a living. I can continue to put out podcasts.
Yeah.
No matter what you say about me on the internet. Please don't try. I really don't want to test this theory. I do not want to test this theory. But theoretically, I can continue to do what I do, no matter what people fucking come for. I'm not trying to like just throw fucking wild shit out there to be canceled, but I say some wild shit occasionally.
Yeah, like there's this one guy who talks about how if your girl has an Instagram, it's cheating. And he's like all over the internet and he like says the most like outrageous claims.
Yeah, there's a lot of
and I'm like, is he purposely doing this to get canceled? Like, is he purposely trying to be that guy?
There's a lot of idiots on the internet, Blake. But going back, I'm saying, as an old man, you shouldn't close yourself off to love because you've had some bad experiences.
I'm closed off for now. Actually, right now, I do have a really big crush on someone, but it's someone in the industry. And yeah, I have to be very careful about it.
Why?
Because of the power dynamic.
Oh, the director?
We'll leave it at that.
That's a yes. All right.
Someone higher up than me. In some aspects. Not on Pornhub ranking. But the thing about that is I have to kind of dig deep in myself and think like, why do I like people? Am I liking you because I have sex with you all the time? Or do I like you because we have great conversation and we're connecting from person to person? And that's what I'm struggling with right now, is that I don't know if I truly like people because I just fuck them all the time and I just am around them, or if I truly like them. But you have to think about it. Like, I'm not that I'm two-faced, but I'm a very fake version of myself on set. Very fake. I will say that. Like, if you've met me in person, like there's this shit where we're talking like now and we're like, fuck that bitch. But like if I'm on set, I'm like, oh my God. Hey girl. Oh my God, it's so nice to meet you. I'll totally follow you back. When sometimes I'm like, I don't fucking care.
But I'm saying, don't close yourself off. If it feels right, go for it. No risk, no reward.
Yeah, it's just at a crush for now. It's at a crush.
It could develop. Go for it.
Maybe.
As an old fucking man, don't have hard and fast rules. Play it to the fucking moment. You never fucking know what's gonna fucking happen. You don't fucking know. Shit can change on a goddamn dime. You might as well, like, 5-year plans are fucking bullshit. Be like, if it fucking works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
I had a 5-year plan for porn. I was like, if I don't have awards in 5 years, like I'll quit. And I'm like, fuck, what am I supposed to do with these other 2.5 years? Like, damn it.
Keep making.
I'm done. I don't know what else to do.
Keep making porn, Blake. Keep making porn.
I fucking will, probably for a long time.
Neat.
No, it's just, it's very hard as a young woman to be so vulnerable all the time around a lot of people, and then also want to be vulnerable with one person.
Yeah, but that should, in theory, be different levels of vulnerability. Like, the people you meet on set, the people you have sex with on set should get Blake.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever you're actually involved with should get, the real.
Yeah, but like I said, I feel like I live two lives, and those lines get very blurred, and they mesh together, and I get very confused.
It's hard not to.
Yeah.
It's super hard not to, but at the end of the day, like, you should try. If that's what you really want. If you don't, fucking live your life. Like, don't be like, oh, hey, drunk podcaster, tell me how I should live.
But I told you how I behave in relationships. Like, I get that to that like little jealous fucking monster living inside of me, or like I want to go through your phone because I don't trust anything you say.
Hopefully, at some point, you get involved with someone who, alleviates some of that shit. Alleviates that fucking pressure.
Fucking send them over. Oh my God. Why are only... I feel like guys, the guys that actually like do get to that stage that talk to me and then we're like real close. I don't know. Let me ask you this. So I've had multiple experiences where I like someone more than they like me, and I get really fucking pissed. What is that? Because, and it happens even when I'm in porn and I like someone a lot.
Okay.
And then they don't like me back. What is that about? And I get very, very, very like insecure and butthurt.
Well, you're projecting your expectations, and when your expectations aren't met, you get upset about it. It's that simple.
Okay.
Like, it is so much easier in life to, if you have, I've also drank a half bottle of fucking whiskey. So we've got to
I'm sweating. I'm sweating you watching you drink it. I can smell it.
You want to smell?
No. Okay. Oh my God.
So it is, if your expectations are high and the other people don't meet your expectations, it's a fucking fall.
A disappointment.
Right. So if you keep your expectations low, it's a must. It's a...
Do you really think I would have low expectations?
No, and that's possibly a problem.
I just, it's kind of like the golden rule. If I'm treating you really great and I'm sharing all the things with you, I want you to reciprocate it.
Well, obviously you want that. Like,
I get really angry, and personally, I feel like I'm personally attacked if they don't do that.
Well, that makes sense.
Especially
especially if you're intimate with someone and like what you're putting forward is not reciprocated. Like I understand why you would be upset about that shit. You're not supposed to hit that. You're supposed to quit.
And then the lights go down. Da-na-na.
No, the expectations versus reality, like conflict, is a very fucking real thing, and it can be fucking painful.
Yeah. I don't know why I feel like a lot of my expectations are very unrealistic. How do I fix it? Maybe I just gotta wait.
No, you just
Gotta wait it out. Find someone to come to me. I gotta stop looking. That's what people say. When you stop looking for shit, it finds you. And I never really believed in it because I was like, fuck that. That's some fucking hippie shit. I don't believe what y'all are saying. But then every now and then I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that was. I don't even know.
I don't know. I'm of two minds of it. Like my most successful relationship was something that I definitely was not looking for. It was.
That gives me hope.
That most successful relationship also caused a lot of fucking trauma. So,
Backpedal.
Yeah, like, on one hand, it was like, it was super successful. And then over a decade of like weird fucking trauma out of it from, two very broken people trying to come together.
See, and I've never dated someone like the one crazy ex-boyfriend I had who was like really bad. I dated him from when I was 17 until I was like 19 and a half. And I remember walking into fucking court with my little brother, having to go to court with my fucking phone and showing the judge, be like, hi, I'm here for a restraining order. So I think that relationship and all the bullshit that happened then and experiencing like someone who has like serious undiagnosed mental issues, like bad, like really bad. I think maybe that kind of had such a really negative view towards me. But at the same time, I'm glad I saw those red flags, but I wish it wasn't extreme and I wish I didn't go through that fucking trauma. But that was only like a year and a half. So I guess almost 2 years, almost till 2 years. But I couldn't imagine like dating someone for 10 fucking years.
Oh no, I didn't date her for 10 years. We had drama on and off for 10 years.
That's crazy. See, like my close girlfriends from high school, like we've been friends for like 9 years now, we almost 10 years that I've had like a couple of friends, but like 10 years of drama with like a significant, like someone you fucked around with. Oh, no. I don't like, that's crazy to me.
Oh, we'll get the lowdown from the new listeners who are just here for Blake. And so we dated. It did not end well, partially due to, my own self-sabotage.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't speak for a number of years. Somehow, like 4 years later, slid in. She found me on fucking Snapchat of all things.
Oh my God.
Because I've had the same fucking number for 20 years. So like,
yeah.
Snapchat's based on phone number. Like started sliding in my fucking DMs at a point where I was just like, oh, hey. Came and lived with me in LA for like a month, which was a fucking nightmare.
Really?
Yeah. Like we were not back together. But in my brain, like, oh, she's moving in with me. Like, I just went into boyfriend mode. Even though there was never any discussion of like reconciling. But like, I was making us breakfast, shit like that. Like, it was toxic on my part.
I miss it when someone used to make me breakfast. I've only had it like a couple of times when someone's made me breakfast.
Yeah, but I fell into like that boyfriend mode. Like, I'm making a breakfast. I'm fucking shopping for. It's like the whole fucking thing. After a month, she moved, out back to fucking Chicago. And a couple of years later, like, we would communicate, and like, I thought everything was completely fucking like platonic. We talk about, like, both of us would talk about other people we were fucking, other people we were seeing, like, whatever. It was cool. Fast forward to like early 2020, pre-pandemic 2020. She's like, oh, I want to come out to LA and visit you. I'm like, all right, cool. That'd be fun. Like, we'll get drunk. It'll get stupid. The first night she was in town, like, it totally turned into like, oh, hey, we're getting drunk at like 3 o'clock in the morning, ordering Thai food. And like, it's like old times. She's like feeding me off her plate and shit. Like, we hook up for the first time in like years.
Oh.
And it was a goddamn nightmare. So it was like, that relationship in the first place was something I never expected. And then it just got weird. it definitely got weird.
Maybe that's why I'm closed off, is because I experienced really crazy fucking trauma. That was like really bad. Like I don't know how like graphic we can get on here.
As
but
graphic as you want.
So like he literally said that he wanted to drown me and bury me out in the desert and cover my body with lies so that no one could ever find me because I was that insignificant. And so when someone's like saying this stuff to you all the time.
All the time? How many times did he fucking
Well, not that specific. There was a couple times when I was like, you should like, bro, where are you coming up with this shit? Dexter? Dexter, what are you watching?
You didn't get law enforcement involved after the first time? Like,
oh, I mean, I would secretly call the cops on him all the time.
What the fuck? What?
When I'm like 18, you know, like being a manager at fucking GNC, like, you know, doing truck shift at fucking 4 a.m. Like, you know what's also really crazy is when I was in high school, I used to, like, one of my first jobs, well, I guess it was my first jobs. It was at a Cost Plus World Market. And they have a bunch of fun stuff there. So I was like, this is going to be so fun. Oh my God. And turns out it was for truck shift. And I had like late starts. So I would go from like 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. So my class like didn't start till like 9:30. So I would literally work 3 days a week from like, depending on like what time the truck was coming, between like 3 or 4 a.m. until 9. And then I'd go to school.
Holy shit.
Isn't that crazy? I was like, that breaks so many child labor laws. I was like, I didn't even have a car yet because I didn't start driving till I was like a senior, like just like 2 weeks before Halloween. My senior year. I finally got my little Volkswagen Jetta. But yeah, maybe that's why I have such an interesting approach to relationships.
Yeah.
But I loved going through his phone. And you know what's so interesting? I used to weigh like a lot more. So maybe I was like 150, 155. Like maybe like I was a little heavier, but I was also on like a lot of birth control. I was drinking fucking mass gainer shakes every day because he was like a bodybuilder. So I was like drinking protein and shit and creatine. I didn't know creatine isn't for fucking women. Like I was drinking creatine like all the time. And he was watching sites and he would watch like a lot of MILF and like BBW porn. And so me being 18, like, you know, looking through his shit, that was the stuff I was finding. And then I found that he was watching like some gay porn. And then a lot of the stuff he was watching was just guys like doing solos, just jerking their dick. And I never told him anything about that. But that induced a lot of like insecurity about like, oh, well, you're watching this. And this is when I hated porn. I used to like be like, ew, porn's so gross. And then I would like secretly watch like lesbian porn when he wasn't home.
Hey, obviously, none of that has shit to do with you. None of that does.
No, but I thought it did.
Well,
I thought it fucking did.
In the moment, I totally understand that. But
now I'm like, what the fuck? He's just looking up shit.
Well, I was looking up shit and like, that's his issues, not yours.
Mm-hmm. But I took it as I'm not what you want. You know, like I'm not good enough for even like
it has nothing to do with you being good enough. No, obviously you weren't what he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But that has nothing to do with you.
And you know what's crazy? I think I lived in such like a state of fear. Like sometimes I would think that he was like trying to make me gain weight.
He wanted to make you a BBW?
I don't know. But yeah, that taught me so much fucking bullshit. And he harassed me for so fucking long after that. I remember going to the police station and this was like, so I had to get the restraining order to get off our lease.
Oh, you were living with him?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and it was only for 4 months. And I mean, I guess I'll put this in here. So his father was also released from prison around the same time. Not that this has anything to do with it. I'm just saying, like, this also caused a lot of stuff because this was the first time I met a prostitute in my house. And then also the first time I saw crystal meth being smoked in my fucking apartment.
Hashtag Arizona.
You know what? So it's really hard to not blame myself because I was like, damn, I really put myself in that situation. But at the same time, like, that was such a crazy time. And that led me into such a horrible depression. I was so sad. Oh my God. And now I'm here and I'm still sad.
Cool. I super appreciate 2 hours with hanging out with me. It's super sad.
But yeah, I mean, I truly think like that guy was crazy, Matt, like fucking crazy. But so when I got the restraining order, I keep bouncing around. I'm so sorry to everyone who's listening, who's having like a stroke listening to me bounce around.
I mean, we've only murdered like half my fan base with the strokes that you've caused, so it's fine.
I'm sorry. Check out my armpits. Maybe that'll help you guys.
Like, I hate to break it to you, a lot of people consume this via audio.
Just look up a picture of my armpits.
www.blakeblossоmarmpits.com.
I'm going to buy that fucking domain. I have the GoDaddy app. I own like 42 domains.
Holy shit, that was the most ADD fucking transition ever.
I do. Eatblake.com, blakefree.com,
Like,
.co.
I fully respect you don't drink much, but Jesus Christ.
I don't need to drink. I
really wish you were drinking with me right now because I like, as wild as this episode has been, I can only imagine how wild it's been if like.
Dude, okay, well, first of all, I've told you a lot of shit that I've said no to talking about in interviews like so long.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Fuck it. I gotta be, candid. Like, I can't just keep living out here.
Being a fake bitch. Sometimes I gotta be real.
But the thing about the guy is I had to go to the fucking police station, guys. He was calling me like over 400 times a day, nonstop, no caller ID. To the point where I literally went to the police station.
How magical is your vagina that like 400 times a day? Like, I've never had sex with anyone I would want to call 400.
What the fuck? I thought he was using like some app to do it. I was like, there's gotta be like some app that he's doing, or he's hired someone to sit there and do that all day, because how is he going to work and like just nonstop calling me all day? But what was really concerning is that there was two ladies up in the office, like in a little, and they were like, we've never seen anything like this. My phone, they had to plug it in because I had to wait for the detective to come. It was maybe like 45 minutes. And my phone went from like 70-something% battery to like down to 5 from just the amount of times that he was calling, because I had to keep my phone on, like I'm if someone's texting me, like I couldn't get fucking anything done. And when the detective was there, he called me, and I remember the detective like answered the phone and he immediately hung up. But you know what the most fucked up part was? Is that they literally told me and my mom, there's nothing we can do until something happens. My mom called the goddamn whoever the fuck is in charge of the police department and said, you're going to wait till my daughter's in a fucking ditch until you go and do something about this guy. And so then the problem with the restraining order was, because now they're like, well, you have a restraining order, you just need to serve it to him. They could not find this motherfucker. Could not find him. So I had to hire a private investigator to fucking follow him, because I knew where he lived at his mom's house. Right? Because he got kicked out of his apartment after I got off my lease. Wonder why? Because you guys were smoking fucking meth and bringing ladies over to my fucking apartment. And oh my God. I can't even believe I went through that shit. Like,
that's fucking wild.
Fucking crazy. Insane. Oh my God.
So I understand why you're a little hesitant.
But the thing about that is I do place a lot of, granted, I don't blame everything on myself, but I do blame myself for staying much longer than I really needed to. I was checked out a long time before. Why was I there?
Hindsight's 2020.
Who fucking knows? When someone's got their little claws in you.
I'm in love.
But I truly felt like I was in love with that guy too. And that's what's so disgusting that I feel about myself sometimes, is like I really, really loved that person that literally said they wanted to fucking drown me. And it was so graphic in the way of like saying all these horrible things about me. Oh, and when he found out I did porn, oh my God. I have never heard someone cry like that. I've never heard someone cry like that on the phone. Like, just the most animalistic fucking noises ever. It had nothing to do with him. It was like a year after I fucking dumped him too.
For sure. You said you were with him at 18. Like, yeah.
Before I was 18, he was 23 and I was 17. No, 21 and I was 17. There's another problem right there.
Potentially. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem.
I know. And you know what's so funny? I've always wanted to do like a YouTube Q&A and talk about it. And I was like, oh my God. And you know what's crazy? His mom was really bad too. Really fucking bad. His mom and his twin sister, they accused me of stealing their makeup, right? I'm not a tan girl. Like I have a little bit of a tan now because it's summer, but I'm usually pretty pale. And they like spray tanned and like were really, really dark, like, you know, like tanned women. And they accused me of stealing their makeup. Honey, we are the fucking like opposite ends of the color wheel. Why do I need your orange fucking shitty foundation from the drugstore when I'm over here using, you know, YSL Touche Éclat, you know, fancy ass $95 foundation?
Probably their insecurity and they want to fucking throw that shit on you.
I don't really know what it was. That was a very interesting time and it showed me a disgusting family dynamic that I never want in my life.
Well, thankfully, you got free of that shit.
Thank fucking God, dude. I was low. Like I was doing college classes at that time, but he didn't like that I was taking college classes because I literally helped him get his GED. I literally was sitting there next to him, helping him do practice studies for his GED. And I used to be like a calculus tutor, like before I got out of high school, before I started smoking so much weed.
Like, I take back what I said earlier. Don't date. Don't do it. Like, obviously, you're too good for people. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I just told you. And then I told you about my other ex-boyfriend. I'm flying out to Vegas and shit. Like, I'm a goddamn sugar daddy. Fucking Blake Sugar Daddy Blossom.
I did not mean to, fucking distract like that.
No, but like I said, like I'm a very open book. Like if we get into the topic, we'll get into the topic. Like all my friends know about how fucking insane that was. My mom. Oh, and he used to drive to my fucking house too in his little fucking Mustang. Oh, he also, side note to the side note, he made me clay bar his fucking Mustang one time. Have you ever clay barred an entire car?
I have not.
Days. I was guilted so hard into clay barring that motherfucker's Mustang. But he used to come and drive his little Mustang to my mom's house. And you know what that woman did? She walked out with a goddamn shotgun. Said, you fucking come to my goddamn house again? Your car is not going to be having any fucking tires of it. Like, you know, whatever she said, you know, your tires aren't going to be able to drive away. Whatever fucking crazy line she said. But I was like, woo! Pop that motherfucker in the ass, Mom.
Holy shit.
But that's how intense it got.
God damn.
Mm-hmm. So maybe that's why I'm doing porn.
Maybe that's why you're a little hesitant to find, I get it.
Maybe I like the superficial, Matt. Maybe I really like the superficial relationship. Maybe I like the camera there. I need a buffer.
I get it. Like, I hate to do this.
I know. We've been talking for so long.
We're going to last call on this motherfucker. You are welcome to come back on the show whenever you want.
Thank you. I'm glad I reached out to you. Yeah, side note, I reached out to him.
Kinda.
That's my style.
Kinda.
Especially guys with mustaches. I reach out to them.
Don't let her full on lie to you, internet. Like, a publicist recommended she come do the show.
Yeah.
Shout out to Honey House who made this happen.
Thank you. Are we allowed to say his name? Probably not.
Yeah.
Michael.
Yeah. No, Michael.
Mikhail, thank you for bringing me here.
Yes, this was Michael's idea. Thank you, Michael.
I told you I don't need any drinks. And I'm not even smoking weed. I was a little high when I got here, but I took an Uber, so it's okay. But now, girl, we opened up the clam.
We did. And the only reason I'm calling this motherfucker is because I have to do all the posts on this.
I know, you're going to be like, Jesus Christ, look at
Like, where can they find you on the things?
Well, if you want to see all my paid content, you can go to eatblake.com. And
Oh, shit.
yeah, well, my thing is let them eat Blake. History buffs.
Right.
So if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's BLKBLSSM. It's pretty graphic, so you're going to have to be age verified. And don't open up my Twitter page in public. It's okay. You can mute me. Just hit that follow. I got deleted on Instagram. So until they develop a platform similar to Instagram, I don't have one. So I fucking break the terms and conditions on there all the time. I really do. Like it's not a joke. And, if you just want to support me in general, always click on videos of mine, whether it's free, paid, it's on the fucking website, it's pirated. I don't give a fucking shit. You're giving me views and you're a fan of mine, whether you like it or not. So, yeah, thank you so much to everyone who listened. And, thank you to everyone who purchases porn and supports young women like me. And, as crazy as it is, like I'm really out here supporting my life and, making my dreams come true by men's wallets, mainly men's wallets. So,
couple women's.
Yeah. I don't know the percentages, but they're there.
They're there. They're definitely there.
And everyone in between. Hell yeah. Shout out to all our non-binary folks.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for having me on here. And if you want to connect with me, I do cam shows. I'm at conventions. I'll be giving out an award at AVN. My award that I got this year. I'll be passing the torch along to another young woman who is a best new starlet. So I can't wait to see who is my predecessor.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm going to do this super quick because I super need to piss. Like, as always, you can find me at Matt_Slayer on Twitter, Matt Slayer on Instagram, Matt F. Slayer on Facebook, twitch.tv/Matt F. Slayer, patreon.com/Matt Slayer. You can find the podcast at And Now We Drink on Twitter, and Now We Drink on Instagram. I'm doing this super fast because I really need to pee. I drank half a bottle of whiskey and I am not fucking stopped.
And now I drink when the cameras are off.
Drink up, motherfuckers. Till next week.